So, certainly a bit of a surprise, but it is going to be 1-0 as Wendigo open it up. As Ships finds another kill on this eco round of AVANGER. James did buy a scout, so he's going to be a little bit low on money once it comes to buy around. If they're even, going to buy the next, I would presume so, as they didn't force with anybody else. But yeah, Wendigo. I mean, look at the amount of, I guess you could say, of control they're exerting throughout the map. They're pushing forward. They do not care about anybody's, flank, anybody's push. They're just making sure that they have dominance in their hands, and the ball is rolling in their favor for the moment. But here we go. Full buy comes through. James will be dropped and up by Keykert, as he will be forced to play with a Deagle. And this is one thing I dislike. Okay, yeah, James is the best upper on AVANGER, obviously, and he is a great upper in his own right, and certainly is good to have him on and up because he can make a change and he can certainly turn it around. But Keykert, I mean, why don't you give him an AK at least? He's certainly one of the players you can count on being able to impact around single-handedly, get a kill or two, or simply put him onto an offensive move, and he certainly will get you an entry if nothing else. And when they go, we do see they keep 3 MP9s. I'm not very happy about that as well. We talked about this in the past. Upgrading weapons is not the most important, but certainly is quite vital when it comes to everybody having an MP9 and a scout. In any case, when they go, it seems like they're ready for the B hold, or more so for the B offense. We see AVANGER gearing up in upper tunnels. Not sure if they're going to execute yet. Bit of a fake out by Fitch. Throwing smoke on short, but he's going to be heard by Bubble. There's one. Buster gets the entry. It's still going to be Ships holding, but he's fully blinded out. A counter flash helped him out, but it's not good enough, and it's James holding the line on the other side and making sure that this B control will be relinquished. AVANGER, they should be able to win this round. I mean, with an MP9, with a scout and an AK, it feels like it's a bad joke, as Wendigo have to get the hell out of there. Unless Blocker gets 1 or 2 kills, it shouldn't be doable to win this retake.
It really shouldn't, and like you said, I'm not a fan of keeping those MP9s, especially when there is an opportunity to upgrade them without losing the brunt of your economy. Like, Ships could have gone for the M4 and still had like $2,000 left over. It's not going to break the bank. But I think it's always a good opportunity to upgrade as and when you can, especially when you know that your enemy is going to be on that full buy. Nice little trades and exits coming out from Wendigo, however, is still, it will be left into a 2-on-2. Blocker will get shut down by Crescent. They'll lose a little bit of weaponry in the process, but like I said, AVANGER, when Keykert has a Desert Eagle, yes, there is the opportunity for him to collect one as he goes through the round. Maybe get like he was picking up the M4 off of Wendigo. But I think James could have gone down to an AK, dropped a UMP or a MAC 10 even to Keykert. But to open things up in this round, Ships takes out James through mid doors with the AWP, and you usually could sort of associate an AWP with poison in these types of rounds, but Ships will pick up the duty, and well, he opens it up quite well as we are into a 5-on-4. If AVANGER lose this round, you can see there is little money on that T side. It's going to be a reset, and whilst Keykert has retrieved the AWP back, it already sets the advantage in the favor of that Wendigo side. I'm liking the positioning from Bubble. He watches that door, but doesn't overexpose himself, because that flash will come through. He should be... Yeah, he doesn't get fully blind. That's actually a really good position to take, especially if these guys do look to execute through mid. However, they should all group up, head towards short. I do like where Poison is holding from, but with a scout, it's not really the best weapon to do so.
Yeah, and we just have to mention, the scout certainly not exactly the optimal weapon, but can soften up the targets to allow the M4s to finish them off. And obviously on long, it's going to be Blocker helping his defense. We have another player coming through CT. It's I think that's Bubble. Yeah, it is Bubble. And through Goose, this is a perfect position for the CTs. Now the crossfire has been set up, now the defense can work. There's no Molotovs left on AVANGER, and there goes one. Poison finds the first kill, Bubble to make it up for the second. It's a double Bubble, Bubble the trouble, the double, the triple, it is enough. It is Wendigo 3-1 in AVANGER. A bit of a lackluster gun round. Losing James early on was obviously a bit of a hindrance, but it shouldn't be, it shouldn't be that big of a problem to at least get to a site and plant. I'm not sure Why they waited so long, though? They all stacked on short, and they were heard beforehand. They've already been, you know, basically, we could see Wendigo's rotating another player from B. They've already had one more player coming through CT, which was Bubble. And the defense was just so well prepared by the time AVANGER even got out of short entry that, well, basically, they couldn't even enter the site. And we do see it's going to be another pistol round, AVANGER playing a bit defensive. Jane buying an SG, though. I'm not sold on his force buys. Why is he buying force buys? Like, why is he going into these rounds with a buy when then on the next round he's forcing one of his teammates to drop him an AWP or, you know, play with a pistol? That's certainly not very nice from Jane.
Yeah, it's not. And I mean, whilst the rest of his team has invested, I think there's definitely, as an AWP player, you should be conserving as much of your economy in eco rounds as possible. Like, he could have bought down with the rest of his team, got himself Deagle, Kevlar, even bought a little bit of utility to help out his team, and he still would have had like $2,000, $1,500 in the bank, which would have, yes, there's an eco next round if they lose, but after that second round, there's going to be an AWP plus a lot of utility on Jane, which I think is such a better position to be in as that AWP player. But Poison does get caught off, maybe overstayed his welcome there as Fitch able to take him down, but they are a little slow in heading onto this bomb site. Blocker will take out one, and that allows the rotate coming in from the CT position. Bubble is there to support. Jame defeated, picked off as simple as you like. Prism will at least deny one. Skikert very low, finished off. Simple as you like from Wendigo. 4-1 eco now in the hands of Vanguard. They will be again having that lack of economy, but if Jame, like I said, if he would have taken less of a buy round, that SG had literally no impact whatsoever. You would have had a much better AWP by going into the next. Wendigo this time, though, should be taking 5 and kickstarting Dust 2 again, like they started an Overpass with a very positive result thus far.
Yeah, we pointed out that if they get a good result, if they get a good start, there should be a potential 2-0 victory for Wendigo. And so far, it's looking exactly like that. A perfect start after losing the pistol and then making the comeback back into it. And we do see it's going to be a hold on long easy for Blocker 3k. Kristen finally shuts them down, but the damage already there dealt and shouldn't be a problem for Wendigo to finish the job. I like that you pointed out the fact that Jame, you know, if he had not bought the SG, he probably would have had, what, $1,000, $2,000 left in the bank, and potentially would have been able to buy the op next round. I mean, they could, I think they should still be able to buy the op. Fitch has $3,000, so obviously they're going to have just barely enough. Not sure. Yeah, actually, no, they will have enough. Yeah, Fitch will have enough to drop with Kevlar as well for himself. So it should be good. AVANGER is not going to be lacking that up. But yeah, I'm disagreeing with the way they go about buying it, right? I mean, why waste so much money on a round that you know is not going to be as effective as this one coming up? And we see the op coming out as well as the Kevlar for Fitch, but the rest of the team, even though, you know, they will buy what they need, they will have an AK on all 4 players, Jame with the op. It feels like it's missing something. No head armor even on Fitch, very little utility. The 4 smokes is good, the 2 molotovs are just the 1 molly is going to be a bit of a problem if they want to execute A. And I mean, again, AVANGER, something is amiss.
Yeah, and like you said, whilst it is obviously a team that works together, Fitch probably won't have much issue with dropping an AWP. You know that situation can be prevented just by being a little smarter and managing your economy better. And well, Fitch, he dies for nothing very early in this round. Poison with a nice aggro play, able to finish off a double AWP setup already, being very, very effective. Ships will take out Buster. Now into a 5-on-3. AVANGER look incredibly lost in this early stage of Dust 2, and you've got to give it to Wendigo. The veto kind of fell in their hands. They got 2 of their best maps to open up the series with. And I think that's what's driving them on at this point. I mean, there will be at least 1 trade in this round. But Wendigo, they are coming to really bring their A game here.
Yeah, they're showing their teeth. They're showing their claws, and certainly AVANGER is starting to bleed a little bit by bit. You know, they're losing a drip there, a drip here, and in the end, it's a pond of blood you're losing. And well, AVANGER, they're gonna have to make a few changes. First of all, slow is not working out for the moment, or at least slow play is not working out. You can see that by the fact that, well, Wendigo every round, they get 1 or 2 entries before AVANGER even approach a site. We see Poison now taking a bit of a different fight. Keeker is fast to react. Kristen gets sprayed down. No kill yet. Keeker goes for the peek as well. Both tagged down to 46 and 14. Why? Second repeat by Keeker. No reason to do so. There was absolutely no reason to peek there, and Kristen, even though he plants, he dies nonetheless. It's gonna be a retake by Wendigo, and that looked a little bit closer than I imagined first, because Poison, why does he jump on big box though, on site? It's like it's as if you were in a complete dark room, and then you would just turn on the light while there were monsters around you. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. You don't jump on that box. I know you want to take a favorable advantage, or more so a favorable position, and take the shot and potentially, you know, bring it back to a 3-on-1. But why take the risk of going for a fight when you already have the advantage of a man or one man up, and you can take a bit of an off angle, take one easy kill, or at least one guaranteed kill, fall back and wait for your teammates to help you out. That's, you know, it makes it a lot more simpler and a lot more safer. Nonetheless, they win the round, which is the important part, and we are back at it again. It is going to be AVANGER on a full buy. Doesn't really feel like a full buy, more so of a, I guess you could say, a forced buy. I mean, they had barely enough for utility on Chris, and the rest are broken in that regard, and it looks like we'll be seeing perhaps a quick conclusion of this eighth round as AVANGER is going to go for the B rush. Here's the smoke, but Counter Molotov will put them to a bit of a halt nade as well. No damage though. Luckily enough, AVANGER is not on the right side, nor, you know, push deep.
Although they are going to be running into a very heavily stacked Wendigo. Nice first kill though, Buster. Good angle to take though. That's a beautiful flash, and oh, so much damage given, even though the trades are made. Keeker and Krisen down to very low HP. They will have to get the bomb to cross. There is a flank coming in behind from Blocker, and well, Krisen might not expect it this quickly. He is sat in the left angle, which is a better one to be in. There's no player at cart to watch the tunnels directly though, so they are guaranteeing that a player is going to hold from sight. And James, he will have the opportunity. Blocker has to check this corner though, and he doesn't. That's such a bad angle. You always have to check that angle 100%. Poison should get finished off by James at this point. And whilst he peeks across the door, Krisen, oh, he will try and at least go for a fight. Second round by AVANGER, though they will find one more here on Dust 2. Wendigo, I think there were some mistakes in that round that caused the AVANGER victory, resulting in maybe a little bit of lack of economy on the CT side now. Blocker with very little, but should be receiving a drop. AVANGER find one more, though.
We can say that Ships was overextending on B. He went to White Peak once the execute started, instead of holding his position, helping his teammate out. I guess in the end, Wendigo, well, they will learn from the mistakes. Still, they lead by 4, and they're doing a splendid job at, you know, at least dominating the first half for the moment. We have a lot more rounds to go, though, and AVANGER, they're far from done. This is something we said on Overpass. This is something we have to reiterate on Dust 2. This is the map pick of AVANGER themselves. And even though they start off not exactly as clean as you would suppose, or as you would thought, they are still there, they're still fighting, and, you know, we won't see them go down without showing us a proper game. And James has the option, and of course the rest will have enough for a full buy. I mean, they've won the round, but, you know, their economy is pretty shitty, if I can say so. I mean, they this, and they're back onto an eco. James this time, perfect timing. The smoke pops, but so does Victor. It is going to be a 4-on-5, and it looks like Wendigo might have been pushed back a little bit.
Yeah, they seem to have been slowed down in these past couple of rounds, which I think is good for the AVANGER side, especially being on the T side, which some teams can manage, others can't. It is a side that can be very random. Again, I'm liking this position from Bubble, where he takes the much more aggressive CT peak, but he's sort of safe from most flashbangs. As soon as they push through mid, I want to see a round where this works, because he is in a very good angle that I don't think AVANGER would expect, but it is an easy one to shut down. And well, Keeker, Krisen will head down towards mid. Poison holding with an AWP towards short. Ooh, but I'm liking this. Bubble, the utility will go down. He spots the first man. That's such a good position. Even if he's good for one, it allows the rotation in from Wendigo through the window position. Oh, and a beautiful peek outside of the smoke. He takes one more. Maybe you could say a little bit of an over-aggression, but a beautiful dink onto Chris, and James will shut down Blocker in return as he tries to flank that top mid position. But Buster creeping around the edge of the smoke. Ships is wise to it though. Good damage and a beautiful trade back. They will look to head potentially for a site split here. James will head through a long poison to hold off short. He could get caught out by James here. That smoke will go down to divert his attention. He now needs to check A long though.
That was a close call there, James. I don't think he has a right angle on Poison. He's hiding behind that box. Poison playing it smart, but now he's wide exposed. He still sees Christian, takes a shot, it's shut him down, and James a 1-on-2. He brings it back, but no time to plant. And it is going to be 7-2. AVANGER, they would have won if they had 15 more seconds, basically. That's it. And James, I guess I would argue it's a good call to go through long. But nonetheless, I think with the time they had left, it should have been executed faster. You know, no slow walking, no lollygagging. Just go for it. You know, just run straight onto the side, try to overwhelm him, or try to overwhelm the defender. Poison in that case. In any position, though, it is going to be, well, pretty much an eco. Deagle's an AWP for James that was saved, and that's pretty much it. As AVANGER are not doing too splendid anymore. Dust 2, a map that I would argue is quite, I guess, quite balanced overall. Does favor the T side quite a little bit in terms of map control, because it's just so much easier to take, you know, the map in your favor, or more so the map control in your favor. But nonetheless, AVANGER is having some big issues, some big mistakes are being made, and above all else, I would argue that they need to play faster. Yet again, something I've said before, they need to start rushing. Perhaps just, you know, play a little bit more explosive.
That's what AVANGER have to bring to the table right now. They've played very complacent for a T side. They have had very little aggressive plays. Kika, he'll get caught off. Blocker is allowed so much free room. They will provide, I believe, a jump boost over, but Poison, well, he'll be wise to it even with a scout. He is dealing crazy damage. He'll take out 2, and Blocker will assist for 1 more. Bubble left in to try and peek the angle. James, he should try and back away. Victor, ooh, I think James has spotted him. At least we'll land 1 trade before Ships pins him down. 8-2. AVANGER will most likely be down to a double eco, a 1 more to be able to provide anything decent going into the next round. So Wendigo been given a sort of grace period. Oh, okay, they'll force bite. Whilst they... Okay, that's a... Oh, I hate these kind of bites because they're so hit or miss. You can have success or you can get absolutely ruined by your lack of utility. And with even James on a scout with no Kevlar and a single smoke, you can see how much or how little they had going into this round. And if Wendigo take this again, it's going to be back down to an eco. That's what I mean about situational plays. AVANGER, they take an eco, they buy in the next round. They force in this one, they lose it, they are again down to an eco. It's like a repeating cycle. Fitch is breaking out into mid, he will get at least the opening frag. Bubble, of course, with a FAMAS, you would discount him there.
My clean feed kind of lagged a little bit, but we're back at it again. We're not sure what's going on tonight. No issues though, we've resolved it, and we're back at it again. Blocker holding long, he gets 1 kill, maybe the second. No, Chrisen will be tagged up, but the refrag... I mean, it's good. It's a 4-on-3 at least with Poison isolated on A side. There's a chance AVANGER can go for it and win it. But they have to go for it now. No more waiting, no more delaying it. And look at how long they need to even go up to long A side. And it is going to be back to a 3-on-3 with Poison holding the line. Short has been kind of taken care of. Victor's holding in CT. Another wraparound as Buster's coming in to help the push onto site A. But with Chrisen at 10 HP, 1 bullet will be enough. And Poison spots a player in pit. Even tags up Buster back to... Oh my god, tags all 3. Poison. Oh my lord. This is looking very good. Poison, all deadly accurate as Chrisen is finally able to shut him down. 17 seconds remaining. Very little time to even get the bomb onto site. And this is going to be the toughest job of all. If Chrisen can get across without dying, that's it. But no chance, no plant. No round. 9-2 as Wendigo are going to be victorious yet again. And this force buy round, you said it. And, well, it's not going to pay off. We spoke about how force buy rounds affect the entire team and affect the entire half, basically, because of it. At least in this moment. First of all, you know, Wendigo already leading by such a difference, you won't really be able to change the fact they're going to still have a better buy, more utility and all that, even with a force that you can afford 4 AKs with, maybe 5 AKs, whatever. AVANGER, they need utility, and above all else, I think, again, reiterating it, they have to make faster plays. They have to go faster onto a site. We can see how long they delayed the long push, and because of it, I would argue they lost the round, because it wasn't an advantage they were in. Instead of going together, they went in one by one and lost their lives. Bubble will be finally caught on mid, though. This time a bit overextended. His position not going to be used the way it used to be, or more so the way he did it consistently up until this point. But again, you know, AVANGER, they're going to have to do a lot more than that. A single AK is not going to change, or more so a single kill, and an AK will not change the outcome of this round if they are unable to capitalize on top of it. Yeah,
they pretty much hit it on there. Like, AVANGER, they messed up entirely with that force by, like, and the worst part is how annoying that scout can be. Ooh, poison again, sort of stuck, being caught off towards a longer repeat will shut down that AK, but it is picked up by Fitch. That is the Kevlar. That will sincerely play an effect right now. James has walked out toward the B bomb site, pretty clear, but Victor, at least spot the position. Yes, he will. Nice execution on to James, and that will drive AVANGER back toward the A site. Maybe expecting at least a player to have left this sort of position. The damage is being done. Blocker will rip off one and a second. Cleans it for a third. 3 kills, 3 headshots. Double figures already for Wendigo. Beautiful plays so far on this CT side. But like we were saying, AVANGER, now that they've gone into this eco, it's 1 round too late. They could have had a better buy in that in this round that just played out. Because if they had not gone for that force buy, it's, again, a guaranteed buy. And they might not have been at least 1 round more deficit than there would have been at this point. But Wendigo, right now, they are looking so strong. I hate the plays that come out of 8 long fast, because it just makes no sense whatsoever. Beautiful damage done by Wendigo, and they are doing so well to close it down. Simple 5-on-1 situation as James is left stranded in mid. I have no words at this point. But AVANGER, they are doing many things wrong at this point.
I wouldn't go as far as saying I hate the long push. I certainly like that they change it up, that they go faster, but I would argue perhaps go at a different rate, right? If you know long has been consistently throughout the last 12 rounds, if you know somebody's going to be there watching it, and you know there was utility already thrown into long almost every other round, they had Molotovs being dropped there, nades, smokes, whatever, I would say AVANGER perhaps, you know, go through short, you know, put 3 players on top mid, go through short, run up short with 2 players waiting on long, and then kind of try and flank it out, try and play it through that kind of little scenario. But again, it is as it is. James left to deal with 3 players. He gets poisoned back to 1 and 2. James, can he clutch this one? It's going to have to be an ace slut. Something we've seen from Stomp, actually, when XCOM was playing their game. Was it against Wendigo? Was it not? Yeah, it was against Wendigo. Yeah, it was. And it is going to be, of course, a 2v1 retake coming out from, or more so, a 2v1 fight coming out from James. Unfortunately, he has no idea where his opponents are. He does not know exactly, at least. There are 2 players on long, both of Wendigo, obviously. But yeah, time is not on the side of James anymore, and he should be looking for a save of the AK, if nothing else. The money is severely lacking on the side of AVANGER. This is pretty much the first half going to Wendigo. I mean, it's already confirmed with a 10-5 result minimum, but I think it's going to go even worse than that. It could be 12-3. I mean, AVANGER, it's an eco for them. At least should be pistols and Kevlar.
Yeah, I kind of have an intuition that they'll force it up, considering they can get Kevlar and AKs, but it'd be a bad decision. Yeah, but that's what they're going to do. They'll force by Kika, already expending the majority. The rest will do the same. At this point, Wendigo, this definitely should be at least, like you said, a 12-3. They are way too dominant on the CT side thus far to really give up any rounds like these. And with a lack of utility across this T side, not many weapons that you would put as the standouts, even a Galil on Fitch. It's going to be a bleak round for AVANGER again, as long as Wendigo play their defaults, and they are doing so yet again. I'm liking the sort of mid-aggression. The crossfire got sort of set up by Wendigo here with Bubble tucked into the corner, but the support from ships for that early position, because that flashbang is going to already give a little bit of info to Wendigo. There are 2 players set up toward mid, and if this crossfire does come into fruition, it would at least account for, I'd say, 1 or 2 kills, because there's always a second player that usually supports a mid-door push. However, Poison might get contested towards short. in this early stage of the round. AVANGER, though, they have definitely been playing way too slowly on this T side. We've not seen... The only fast push we've seen was that one through a long... Oh, beautiful. That was... As soon as that smoke goes down, you know at least one person's going to be there. I'm liking this position from Blocker, though, as long as it's not checked with Kika. Will he still comes out with a frag? Prison shuts down one, but oh, Poison. He trades back again. The final two players up towards short, already closing out one, and with Buster left in a 1-on-4, whilst he is able to shift his way across very sneakily. Bubbles on the flank. 12-2. And nothing left for AVANGER in this next round. Again, it's probably going to be an AK Kevlar buy. 13-2 should be confirmed here.
I initially thought that AVANGER might go for a save last round. You know, buy a few pistols, buy a scout, Kevlars, and things like that. You know, try and get themselves into a bit of a better buy scenario. But you know, they did force it up. They had 4 men without head armor, or at least 3 men without head armor, and it is starting to seep through the cracks. AVANGER is losing this one, and quite quickly at that. Fitch, though, pushes short fast. This is the thing I was talking about. This is how you have to try it out as well. Although going solo might not be the best case scenario, they should at least get 1 kill. It's going to be a 3-on-4, and Blocker going to be caught on long finally. Wendigo, AVANGER, for the first time, actually have a control with long in their hands, as well as a potential victory to go their way. 12-3 is a result we could be going behind, or we could be, I guess, get behind, as Bubble and Victor will have a tough job ahead of them, or more so a very, I guess you could say, problematic job ahead of them. But with a minute left on the clock, AVANGER can play this any way they want. They will finally plant the bomb. It's planted for long default, but look at Victor coming in from long. Goes for the fight. Kristen at 10 HP. As Victor will finally fall, still leaving Bubble. In a 1-on-2, the man of the hour. Double Bubble. The Bubble trouble, can he pull it off? He knows for Kristen where he was, or at least he gets him. That's a 1-on-1 left as James is fighting for survival. Now Bubble, does he go, does he win? We're about to find out. No, James, he's ready. He's speaking the off angle, and he's going to get the victory in the end. AVANGER, 3 on the board, but a long way to go before we can call it equal, or we can call it tie, or even a chance of victory for AVANGER.
Yeah, it's been incredibly tough from them, and Wendigo, it's only testament to how good that transition was between Overpass and Dust 2. They won Overpass very concisely, very quickly, and they are looking to do the same here in map number 2, and yeah, it's been very, very good from the CT side so far. I think whilst the CT side usually does favour Dust 2 in this sort of level, it is going to be interesting if they can hold on with that pistol round to close out Dust 2 potentially a lot more quicker than it was on Overpass. But yeah, very, very good from Wendigo so far. And I'm impressed by how they've turned it around in recent times.
I am as well. They've certainly shown quite, I guess you could say, an upset, or more so they've given us quite the upset, something we never would have expected. But we'll be right back.
Loot.bet, made for live betting.
And welcome back, of course, gentlemen. It is going to be our potential last map of this best of 3. I mean, Wendigo, it's not even just, you know, about the fact that they've shown their teeth. They literally showed their claws, their poison darts, their bows and their arrows, and they're bashing AVANGER into the ground. It is going to be our second half, and it's going to be our pistol starting up. Wendigo, they'll be rushing B. This is pretty much a rush B default, and it is going to be successful for the moment. Victor gets the entry, Jane gets 1 back. It's back to a 4-on-4 with still 2 players defending the side. Kicker in the smoke, though, and leaves Jane isolated, but Buster gets 1 to finish it off. Back to a 3-on-3. That was not Jane, excuse me, that was Buster. Nonetheless, a 3-on-3 where Wendigo have time to plant or decide how they want to finish this one off. It looks like it's still going to be quite an advantage for Wendigo's Keeker. Not caught yet, but okay. Well, just as I say, Chips finds both. Oh no. Well, there you have it, folks. It's going to be James, a 1-on-2. He has no defuse kit, the one I can see at least. And, well, he still can try to retake this, still can win this, actually. 1-on-2 is doable for him.
Yeah, whilst it is, the time is ticking. He has to move fast, but with Victor wrapped behind the door so secretly. This should be where it comes to an end, and it definitely will. 13-3, Wendigo. The Rush B no-stop strap prevails again on Dust 2, and Vanguard, well, they'll be salty about that.
Yeah, pretty much. We all know how that goes, doesn't it? Or don't we, boys? Matchmaking Rush B is always working out. Yeah, I'm kind of flabbergasted at how well Wendigo is performing. I really am. I did not expect this, and I'm very happy to see them perform like this. The last time I casted them, they were actually, you know, memorable to be casted. Was in the ESL Southeast European Championships, where they won, obviously, but. Damn, you know, it's been a long time, and I'm happy to see them perform. The Bulgarians deserve a team that is good, and, you know, the players themselves are really, really good overall, you know, have extreme experience, and they can bring this into this best of 3 into this matchup and show who's boss. And, well, AVANGER forcing up doesn't really change the outcome. It is going to be 14-3, no money left in the bank of AVANGER, most likely under the force, and we are looking at a potential 16-3 result, gentlemen.
We really are. We've also got to say, like you said, with Wendigo remaining in this sort of top tier contest around Europe, to have sort of a limited scene, you barely see many Bulgarian teams breaking out into success like Wendigo have. That's sort of testament to the scene in itself, with how there is a lack of structure. It's only starting to get better from recent times, but even outside of the server, if we take all the game aspects away, Wendigo have had a rough week. They've had the announcement of the sale of the organization, of the team, which is definitely going to, whilst offset them in their pace, maybe give them a little bit more motivation to say, look, if we go out in a league like this, we can show to other potential buyers, potential organizations, that we are a team worth investing in. And I think, especially from a limited scene like the Balkan scene, like the Bulgarian scene, they can be a very good standout team in 2019, providing they get the right setup to do so. And, well, they're showing, even against a high-level opponent like a Vanguard, they are ready to perform. And, well, this is going to be wrapped up at a 15-3 with very little left for a Vanguard in that final potential round. It is looking weak, to say the least, and Wendigo, they have come to impress today.
Yes, they did, and as you said, you know, taking, or more so dominating the Balkan region, I mean, Valiant is the only other team that can really contend against them. There has been no other team that stepped up to the pedestal the way Wendigo and Valiant did, and I would argue Valiant currently still holds the I guess you could say the point of being the better team in the Balkan region, or the best team. But Wendigo, I would love to see a best of 3 between the two teams to see who's better, especially with Valiant's having, you know, Otto and D now in Esperanto, the two players I absolutely adore, and, you know, Otto and D is an amazing player in his own right. This is quite a performance for Wendigo, and I think we will see many magical things out of them. And I love the fact you pointed out, well, they had a rough week, of course. The organization announcing they will sell the roster, you know, that's certainly affecting their mental state, if nothing else. I would presume they have known of this beforehand.
Yeah.
But even if they hadn't, or even if they had, it still affects you, right? And yeah, a good point is that you made, that they want to show that they're good enough, that they're still competitive, and they can still win games and matches and tournaments. And right now, it's going to be a 3-on-3 retake by AVANGER. It is going to be last chance scenario. Goodbye, Jane. It's going to be Fitch and Kristen remaining. A 2v2 retake against Blocker and Ships. Is it doable? Well, Fitch brings it back to a 1-on-2, but look at Ships.
Oh, that is
Ships.
so good.
Oh, he's been spotted. Oh, Ships.
Oh, my God. What?
Ships, boy. Oh my God, he should have killed Fitch. If he kills Fitch, that's a victory. That's the win. Ships, that's a bit of a ballsy move. Actually lose the round because of it, but it's still 15-4. And I mean, Wendigo, they could have closed it at 16-4. Maybe AVANGER make a comeback out of this though. It'd be
a dream story for AVANGER in this map, right? Especially when that game could have been closed just by killing the diffuser. But wow, yeah, Wendigo, they might have put themselves in a little bit of uncertainty, but I think they should be fine. Kika, though, beautiful first and a second to follow as well. He even brings out the USP. Victor finally to trade back, but it is a simple round for AVANGER, and whilst they'll have a little bit more success here in map number 2, a single mistake that Wendigo can capitalise on, and they should be closing out this map. But it's going to be an eco round off of the back of this. They tried to go fast to get this game finished. Could have caused a little bit of tilt there. I'm sure Ship's got a little bit of smack talk thrown at him for that.
Oh, you know that I would smack the shit out of him if I was there. If I was his IGL or his teammate, I would smack him in the face, dead in the face. Just, god damn it, what are you doing? Just please win the round, you know, stop prolonging this. Just close it out, end of story. It is going to be another eco, or sorry, an eco this time for Wendigo, as AVANGER should have zero issues winning it. I mean, they can't afford to lose, obviously, so win or lose, it's win-win and end of the story win. A comeback is real. I will not take it out of the hands of AVANGER yet. They still have the potential to win. It is their map after all. It is their best map after all. And I would be surprised if they were not able, or they would be unable to pick up at least a few more rounds here if it is destined for Wendigo to win. But nonetheless, they have found, or they find themselves in a position where they're going to have a tough time getting out of. I mean, this is 9 rounds in a row. They have to win. That's it. That's as simple as that. You cannot mess about with this. And Wendigo, here's the full buy. Poison with an op. The rest with, well, pretty much full utility, or at least for the most part, having not actually that good. I thought they had more money, but okay. 3 smokes. They can make a bit of a play. They're going to be lacking in that department, so there's going to be a single execute available to them. They're going to have to use their utilities very smartly and obviously show us what they got. But look at this B-split. Ooh, I'm loving this. This is a bit of a fast B-split, actually, and can actually work out perfectly for Wendigo. If AVANGER is not going to be prepared for this well enough, Fitch, well, he's going to have to find at least 1 kill to be able to hold off and hold B side. Oh no! Keeker, he's going to be spotted in front of B. There's the free kill. Buster goes into window, and Fitch will find 2 kills, both destroying the mid push, but it's still going to be an... Oh, but Buster, what a reaction shot. Beautiful one. As Blocker does find him down, or does find him in the end, still leaving Poison in a 1-on-2. Poison shuts down Jame, and it's back to a 1-on-2 clutch round. Minute left. Enough time to win it, or more so enough time to pull it off. Fitch. He's close to the wall, but... Oh, Poison! Oh my god, picks up the AK. Spotted by Chrisen, back to a 1-on-1. This is the clutch round we're talking about. Chrisen, he has to save it. No chance of just playing around.
I love the fact that Poison, when he went to peek the window, I'm not sure whether it was intentional or not, but he failed the jump up to the boxes. I assume it was intentional, but it drew the attention of Fitch away from the door. And well, at this point, Chrisen, all he has to do is stay safe. Poison, 1 more kill to end this. 30 seconds left on the clock. They know that Chrisen is inside of that B bomb site now, but it is working out where he is coming from. And well, Chrisen, he'll get the job done. A very close round again. But you've got to say that if Wendigo begin to make this much closer, if AVANGER make this much closer, it is only due to the fault of Wendigo. If AVANGER push this to double figures, make it 11, something like that, and get much closer, it's only because of Wendigo's demise in that round, where they could have took the victory as clean as you like. And well, AVANGER, they'll be facing again another pistol round where Victor will try and set a tone of fast pace down towards A long. He will be able to make himself known, but Fitch is there to deny him. Well, Wendigo, you can tell there's a little bit of tilt factor now because they're running these fast plays. They're making a little bit of a mistake. The decisions aren't too critical, and Kika just finds another one in a system that should be resulting in all 5 players kept alive here. And well, Kika, he'll delete 4 with a very powerful AUG. As simple as you like, 15-8. This is now Wendigo's buy round, but it is getting way closer here because of AVANGER. Like you said, this is their map. They can grind these sort of rounds back. We've seen them do it before. Chaos provided a challenge in their previous best of 3. And no chance as well, 16-14 in a map that we know AVANGER can play these scrappy rounds where they know that it is do or die.
Yeah, I mean, they work well under pressure, don't they? Chrisen, he's going to be spotted. Fitch still burns Poison alive. It's going to be Chrisen for the second. No, Victor refrags second for Victor as well. Okay, this could be it. Bubble finds the third, and all of a sudden AVANGER find themselves in a 2v4 retake. With Buster and Keykert left, they've got an AWP and an AUG. And this will be doable, but they need to get a kill or 2 as soon as possible. And I'm not speaking about when the bomb is planted, but rather before the bomb is even planted. And unfortunately, if this is going to go this way, it's going to end right here, right now. It's all eyes on Keykert, a 1-on-4. And they should have a right idea where the hell he's coming in from. Bubble, I think he's pretty much expecting the push on short. I mean, he's prepared for it, obviously, but nowhere else the engagement is coming in from. Keykert has already been there, and well, he's gonna find the fight still, or more so the kill. Back to a 1-on-3, and this retake is not going to happen. Victor going to be there and ready to close it out. Ladies and gentlemen, 16-8 final score as AVANGER will lose it 2-0. What the bloody hell just happened?
Yeah, whilst you've got to say AVANGER, they didn't play as well as they have done.
Yeah.
You've got to, of course, give props to Wendigo. Coming into this with not the best of results in their past few best of threes. They've, I think, lost 4 out of 5 of them, so they've not had that great of a result in past times. But I think it is positive to beat a team like AVANGER, whilst, of course, you've got to realize that AVANGER will be focusing primarily on the major. They still have these online leagues to play where they do have to perform. And whilst this is a bad performance from them, you once again have to congratulate Wendigo. So a good result from those guys. And yeah, well, let's move on to the next one in, I think, an hour's time. So that's pretty good. But yeah, I'm happy of the Wendigo performance.
Me too, because this gives them a chance to actually still finish top 4 in the group stages and go into the playoffs. So certainly there's there's potential there for Wendigo. The way they played against AVANGER today, I think they can translate that into the next 3 best of 3s as well. We'll see how that goes, obviously, but for the moment, we will be going on to a short break. We'll be back in about an hour for our second best of 3 of the day. It is going to be No Chance versus Existence Galaxy. And I believe this is the first time me and you are casting No Chance, but this is not the first time they are playing. They lost yesterday, if I remember, against AVANGER 2-0.
Yeah, it was a very close match, but yeah, it was a 2-0 in the end for AVANGER. I really like the No Chance guys with getting to know them a little bit more. No bias, but I do like the fact that Frozen coming into this roster has pretty much revitalized the entire system. He's posting as good a numbers as when he was in X6TENCE, when he was in Gunrunners. He can frag no matter what, and I think with a seasoned in-game leader, whilst he hasn't had as much success as we'd like to see him at the top tier, he took Penta to a major, he's had trials and ghosts and stuff. I think at this sort of level, Crystal's systems are very, very good. So I'm excited to see if Existence Galaxy can break that down or not. And yeah, that's going to be a good game to watch.
Indeed, and we will be back in about an hour's time. So gents, see you soon as we return with our second best of 3 of the day, with No Chance, of course, facing off against Existence Galaxy.
Loot.bet, made for live betting. confidence may fall, I'll be here as your foundation. And I say, hey,
too much, now I'm swallowed. Now I'm the fool while you're breaking rules. Dangerous path that I follow. Oh, go on, just do what you do. And it
like it was built to break off the handle. How'd we get to this place? We're leaving everything behind for new and exciting feelings, but I won't leave you. Will everything we know be lost and changed for something new? Only time will tell, but I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding I'll be holding you.
Standing on the edge of a cliff, realize there must be more to life than this. Reaching for the stars, traveling so far, like a dragonfly. Just grab my hand from heaven's send with me tonight. Trying to find a place said we let it go, but we said it would fall to last. Couldn't let you want it though. Who am I to let you down? No. Who am I to let you down, down, down? Like a broken soul in a wonderland without angels. That is how I feel when the mirror shows me a stranger. Yeah. And I know they're just fragments of a world where your absence all I get to see. Take me back to the planet where you and I are still meant to be. 'Cause I'm incomplete when you ain't by my side, when you don't wake up next to me. Yeah, I'm incomplete. I need you here tonight to cover up these empty sheets. 'Cause I'm incomplete. Yeah, I'm incomplete. Hey, 'cause I'm incomplete. I need you here tonight to cover up these empty sheets. 'Cause I'm incomplete.
over the edge. Feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to keep the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. As the leaves start falling down and the shadows above the town, I can finally see you now. I see the fear inside your eyes, I see the pain in your smile. I can finally see you now. story I used to hear, to run on and to end disappear. Your story is to come from the heart, moving together and tear me apart. Burning down the walls, we left the monsters in, and now we're running down the halls. No, we can't let them win. There's an evil inside, it's just lurking way down below. And if I can't hold my breath, then I'm bound to become hollow. Can you say that I disappeared? Can you say that I wasn't there for you when you went into hiding on the front steps of your porch? And I reflected on the memories, but I put out that torch. Hey! But I put out that torch. But I put out that torch. You make me feel like home.
chance and let you in. Just take my hand, take me home tonight. We defeat all impossibilities. Yeah, you and me. We'll take our hearts and run free into the wild.
reach the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let you win this game. Take me out when I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm saving some, 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 I'm saving some.
lose ourselves in the spirit of things. We lose our sight when we put our trust in things of this material world, of things that fade away. Yet we keep coming back, 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 keep coming back. Of things we know. We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy. When we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. For all the pain.
Find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right.
To get off that darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off that darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off that darkest ground, Regularities, living all the dreams, playing all the games, and getting high in love. They can chase us down, but we will always win. Leading every dance, feeling every touch, and getting high in love. We're invincible. We're invincible. Don't you see? We're invincible. We're invincible. confidence may fall, I'll be here as your foundation. And I say, hey, yo, just let it go. Your struggles won't remain. And I say, hey, yo, we're holding hope and wake up yesterday. So hold on to
This is gonna be weird. I'll see.
Now I'm the fool while you're breaking rules. Dangerous path that I follow. Oh, go on, just do what you do. And it hurts as I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed as I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed.
like it was built to break off the handle. How'd we get to this place? We're leaving everything behind for new and exciting feelings, but I won't leave you. Will everything we know be lost and changed for something new? Only time will tell, but I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding I'll be holding you.
Standing on the edge of a cliff, realize there must be more to life than this. Reaching for the stars, traveling so far, like a dragonfly. Just grab my hand from heaven's send with me tonight. Trying to find a place
Made for live betting.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back, or more so, welcome back at a good afternoon. Ladies, more so, gentlemen, it is going to be our second best of three of the day. No Chance versus Existence Galaxy. My name's Over. I'm joined by Kieran, and we're going to have one hell of a day ahead of us. Or I mean, we've already had one hell of a day, haven't we, Kieran?
Yeah, that initial upset with Wendigo AVANGER has set the tone for today's matches. That's going to be a tough act to follow with how good that Wendigo performed, but I'm pretty sure that these two teams will deliver again an exciting best of three. So, yeah, knife round underway. We'll see what happens here. Although it doesn't have that much importance, it will give a team, or at least one of these teams, a comfortable start here on Inferno, which is our first map of the best of three.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I kind of had a few doubts about Inferno overall. I mean, for No Chance at least, or I mean, I still have them, I guess. The thing is, the thing I fear most for No Chance here is, even though they do start on the CT side, how well does Existence Galaxy play their T side? How well will they be able to kick off, you know, their first few? And that's going to be the most vital part of all, because if they get, let's say, 5 to 6 rounds lead, and that's really like a perfect start almost. I feel like Existence might have a few issues making it possible to even close out the half with more than 5 rounds. And we've seen them in the past. They are a perfect team. I mean, they are really good. They're really starting to shine up, and or more so shine brighter than everything else. Frozen, especially, I think we need to mention him, has been a perfect example of how to improve once you jump out from your own regional scene, or more so you could say, I mean, he already played in obviously smaller tournaments, so once you jump into a team that really is prepared, it sets a whole nother precedence.
Yeah, I've got to agree. I mean, like you said, I think this is Frozen's first larger endeavor outside of his native scene, so yeah, I think at a young age that's good for him for that experience, but he's slotting into the roster so well, and obviously with Scream, I believe, having different intentions to the rest of No Chance when this team was sort of established. It is great for Frozen to fit into a squad like this with a seasoned in-game leader like Crystal, with some of the older guys like Makalele and Crystal that can sort of rein in that experience and the talent. I think it's definitely a good mix of a roster, and if they can, like you say, get a good start here against Existence Galaxy, I would put them in good sort of favors to have great success in this best of three. They recently won a grand final in a different event, picking up their second victory. Of course, the first being in an event, I believe, just the end of January time. So they're proving that online they are getting into the tier. They're breaking through these scenes, and that is definitely good for a team whilst without an organization to prove themselves worthy of sitting in a tier 2, tier 3 position.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we discussed that they're actually, or they were pretty much taken for the first part of this tournament because they were playing in those set tournaments where they were able in the end to make a victory out of it. I think it was I'm trying to remember which exact tournament they played. I think it was like, was it Sydney's Open qualifiers or something like that? They were playing. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I remember they. Do you mean the ones they won or just played?
Just played, because I know they couldn't play in the early stages of this one, so they couldn't.
Yeah, they've had qualifiers. They've had a different. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to say this. They've been a different Loot.bet sponsored event. I don't like naming event names, but it's the same sponsor.
That's
so
true, yeah.
I just you know what, we'll roll with it. But yeah, they won a different Loot.bet event. I think they took home like $8,000, something like that. So it's prize money, especially that will go straight into the players. Obviously, without an organization, they get all the prize money. So yeah, they're proving they can kick it at this sort of level. But I think Existence Galaxy, like you said, they've had a rise up in the scene. DreamHack events, qualifiers, online tournaments. They've been showing good signs. But for me, No Chance just have that fire factor about them. Of you have no idea what's going to happen with these set of players, because they, whilst being very random, they are all pretty good.
I mean, that's the easiest way you can describe them. Pretty darn good. And they are. Reddit faction, though, will be picked up apart early on. It is the start of the pistol, though. We got to keep that in mind. And mentioning No Chance randomness is quite important, because they do have that element of surprise with it, where they can absolutely take the CTs with their pants down. Right now, the unfortunate part, though, for No Chance is that they're going to try and hit beat. They have no... Any control or any sort of knowledge towards a site. They had nobody in house. They made no sound, and obviously nobody is going to be able to recognize what's up. It's going to be Frozen actually that picks up the first one. Barbar will fall. That's a bit of a fault there by Existence Galaxy. Still a 4-4 retake would be doable for the CTs. Currently, there is a Molotov on Crystal though, and the IGL is always going to be throwing it at the best possible spot to pretty much stop any sort of attempt of a retake.
Yeah, Matt, I feel like this position, the angle he takes, but ooh, nice swings from Freddy B. I believe they're standing for Zink, and Plopsky will take one as well. Nuki will at least trade. They know where he is coming from now. They have that defuse kit. They will try and take the swing though, as he's trying to survive. Nuki will fall. Existence Galaxy gets that first pistol round. But it's interesting to note that with all the upgrades, or the players in the Swedish scene becoming free agents, with Disco Doppler and Hampus now announcing their freedom, Rusty, many other players, there are little bits of upgrades that you would make in this Existence Galaxy side, especially with maybe just upgrading 1 or 2 players, which, whilst it's not good to break up Plopsky, I think he'll remain in this team for a while. There is, you know, Disco Doppler, who will come in as a solid rifler to upgrade maybe Barton or one of those type of players. And I think there is upgrades in the Swedish scene that they can do, but for now they've been playing quite well. But yeah, it's just like an option they could definitely bring in.
See, a good thing you mentioned Red Reserve, you know, kind of falling apart in that respect, and I guess we hope that it's not going to happen to the rest of the Swedish teams. We talked about this when Existence was playing their last best of 3, how basically the Swedish scene hasn't had much success after Fnatic, after NIP, and, you know, the era of the old gods, I guess you could say. And right now we do see it's going to be a long take. Excuse my interruption there, or my own self-interruption. It's going to be a take on A. Barber will be finding the first one though, and this eco is not really going to play off too well, although they do damage and knock and actually bring him down. But Barbar comes across, finds 2, and that should be enough around his Existence. And to continue the manner, or more so the story I was trying to tell, or the tale, basically, you know, Existence Galaxy is one of the teams as Chaos, for example. No Chance at one point. I mean, they have, well, they basically have only 1 Swede in it, but still, the thing is, all these players, all those teams, nobody has yet been able to break that barrier that the old squads did, and they basically have yet to find a team that would progress as good as, well, if we take Astralis out of the picture, we're just talking about Swedes here, I guess. You know, NIP and Fnatic, that's it. And there's a long way to go for that third team that would establish that kind of excellence, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I have to agree, and I think that's only testament to the other scenes catching up at the later stages of Global Offensive's history. But like you said, as of right now, there is no... Well, I'd say Fnatic back in that major top tier, established, definitely. But there's no real dominance been shown over a period of time by the Swedes at this point. But No Chance will be looking in this round to claim their first. The gun round is vital. Their economy would not be reset. That's a beautiful pop flash, though. Barbar's able to take out 2 in the process. Frozen will finally trade himself back, but down into a 3-on-2. Nork sat behind the smoke. Freddy B to provide the support. But with 40 seconds left, Faction, well as Frozen, sitting quite calmly. No real urgency about their plays, and they don't need to. They're already established in this site. There is no need to rush this.
No, there isn't. The plant is not even down yet. Button, Knock, and Freddy B are well aware how close No Chance is to going for that plant, and they're going to be just encroaching on their positions. We see Red Faction is left on towards Banana. Frozen going to be the one to stay on site. Most likely going to go into Dark, perhaps, if he can sneak in. Maybe even going to try and take Ruins here. That could be a possibility. I mean, that certainly will give him a lot more control, but even increase the risk furthermore so. So, we do see that all three players coming in from CT. Two players from Ruins. Not get stacked up, but it's Frozen to peek, and he finds both kills with Red Faction clearing out Button and CT. It pretty much gives No Chance the round back in their hands and saves them. 2-1 as No Chance are able to pick up the first gun round. We gotta keep in mind yet, though, that Existence Galaxy, well, this is the CT side of Inferno. Certainly not to be messed around with, especially not if you are just starting to build up your score and your economy. No Chance, they need to be careful. Pistols and Kevlars have been bought up, but not many of them, so round that should be back in the hands of No Chance.
Yeah, and it definitely should. I mean, Existence Galaxy at this point, like you said, have been fully reset. Plopsky is still able to take out Frozen. A nice shot from him to find a very, very much needed frag. Frozen is that man you can count on to make sure that no one is going to overcome your team. And with him being out of the round, it does leave the hands of No Chance kind of weakened here. Especially pistols, they should not be falling in this round here, these T-sides. They should be well prepared to come in and swoop this one to tie the scores. And well, right now Crystal, he is looking to pressure. Flash is good. Afraid to have been made back though.
Yeah, so for the moment it's going to be knocked, it's going to be taken down. Crystal able to clear up top Banana, and that should be the round pretty much. I mean, we do see there's only Button left in A, and No Chance is already veering towards that position. They've got the bomb in their hands. I doubt they're going to try and retake B. It would make no sense. Banana is so hard to take it from pistols even, that you lose too much in order to gain just that bomb plant. And we see Button, well, isolated as he is. He has a CZ. This could be resulting in 1 or 2 kills. He spots Crystal, gets 1, but unfortunately Red Faction will come out of, well, I guess, balcony in time to save the round for No Chance. We do have a 2-2 result most likely, as Barbara and Freddy B should be looking for exit kills and potential rifles to pick up. But nonetheless, No Chance are able to secure themselves a certain tie and kick off this Inferno game without a very bad start. Usually, the one thing I feared most is if Existence Galaxy get a 5-0 result, a 6-0, 7-0, something like that, which is entirely possible. No Chance, I mean, as good as they are, as better as they potentially are than Existence, they still are prone to, perhaps tilting a little bit, not having that perfect teamwork, you gotta say, and, it can affect them as a whole. Now, we will be seeing the faction taken down, so a little bit more damage dealt. That's pretty good overall, because it will as well keep No Chance at a low money, or more so low buy. They'll have this one, obviously, with full intents and purposes, but Existence Galaxy themselves will be able to counter it with their own. So, to kind of return to my point, basically, No Chance, without starting poorly, I think they have good clearance to really start pounding away at Existence.
Yeah, they really have to. I mean, Existence, if they lose this round, like you said, it's going to allow No Chance to begin to take that lead on the T side, which they would most definitely want, with especially Inferno being more of a CT-oriented map, but it's one of those that is kind of a much more stable map these days than the others. And I mean, Existence right now on that CT side will be looking to take the first half victory. Red Faction, though, will take out Freddy B. Nice first kill to find. Down into a 5-on-4. Knock has that AWP in hand. There are a couple of rifles, the AUGs most predominantly, which can turn the tides in these type of scenarios. But with Existence Galaxy sort of being firmly rooted to these bomb sites, there's no real way for these AUGs to come into Presidents as of yet. But the nice little fake being shown out toward this B bomb site. Frozen will get some utility down, joined by his teammate in the form of Makalele as well. They will be able to shut down 2, though. Existence Galaxy, they now realize that it is going to be the A bomb site, which is their target. As they sort of mess up the fake, the bomb gets dropped, and that's really where the round will get secured by Existence Galaxy here.
That's a bit of a weird choice from No Chance that they go slow walk through long yet again, even after losing one man on mid already, knowing that the bomb is there by Existence Galaxy, or more so them knowing. A weird decision that they actually tried to go through long yet again. Rather, it would be much more prudent to just let the guys on B execute, let them stay there, and then return with the bomb to top banana and go B and just try B. Because if you're down a man, B is probably the best choice scenario. You have the least angles to clear, at least when you enter or when you go for the entry. And above all else, if you do get the site, it favors you far more than A, because it's easier to hold. You have easier positions to take, or at least positions that are a lot easier to reach early on. And the retake, as I've mentioned already, would have been 10 times as difficult, but it is going to be the other way around. It is going to be, of course, no chance losing, 3-2, as Existence Galaxy do have a, well, pretty much a perfect buy, you can call it. You mentioned the AUGs not working well when they're close on site, and that's exactly that. If you have an AUG on mid, spotting down top mid, obviously it's dangerous going up against AWPs, but it can still win duels, and even in scenarios like this, through Graveyard, Freddy B should have an easy kill or two even.
Yeah, he should, especially at this kind of range, and with the utility favoring the CT side here, especially with the lack of buy that No Chance have put into this round. It is going to be a 4th on that CT side, and as they do take the lead here on Inferno CT, that is the sort of best result they would want, considering that No Chance, whilst they can get very feisty on the T side, prefer that CT kind of setup. And they'll be wanting to take as many rounds as possible here before No Chance can sort of establish themselves in this game. And this is a great shutdown of an eco. Redefaction is down to 42. And with the lack of this round going in No Chance's favor, we will see most likely an eco in the next, for the fact that they've spent the majority of their economy in this one trying to force up. And whilst Redefaction will at least take a trade to the grave with him, he shouldn't survive for too much longer. Nork is holding down his long position. Ooh, Redefaction, he does peek into another player. Finds himself at least one more. The bomb plant should not be accessible. Freddy B holding the angle down all day long, as simple as you like. 4-2, No Chance will be down to an eco. But Existence, good start from them here in map number 1.
Yeah, certainly a clean start, you could almost say, because this not only preserves a bit of their economy, but also gives them the head start they needed themselves to be able to control the flow of the game. We see No Chance back on an eco. We mentioned that their force buy last round wasn't really the best of perhaps choices, but you know, they had what they had to work with, and they tried their best. Certainly, a few kills will not hurt too much, but still, Nok gets the entry second for Barber, Plopsky's second grenade behind it. That's going to be pretty much, well, should be the round pretty much for Existence. 5-2 and a clean start yet again, as I mentioned. Now, No Chance, they'll have a proper buy coming up. I would like to see perhaps a bit of change of strategy. Map control is, in my eyes, quite vital, because if Existence Galaxy are denied their early information, their early aggression, it seems to me that they could potentially be thwarted in any sort of position, or more so, any sort of aggression they would potentially try, and No Chance could easily achieve a few entries. Nonetheless, or more so, Existence Galaxy, I would like to see perhaps a little bit of aggression through a house myself on their part.
Yeah, we've talked about that on the CT side, Inferno. The sort of house control can be vital to a team's success, especially in the later stages where they bring out those AWPs. You can have the aggressive peek, and I know Draken from Red Reserve likes to take that sort of angle where he does go aggro inside of the house, and it does allow for a lot of control, especially when the T's are on that full buy. They have the mindset of, okay, we now go into this execution, we throw our smokes inside of the, you know, set time to do so. We shouldn't get challenged in this sort of position, and that aggression can really throw a team off. And like you said, if they can exert that, then that'd be great. But No Chance, they seem to have got the memo of grouping up to show some aggro. But look at Freddy B on the flank. Oh. He takes out none because Makalele is wise to it. Checks the angle just at the right time, proving once again that CSGO is a timing-based game. And No Chance, they'll already have that man advantage, but look at the lack of HP already from the utility of Existence Galaxy. The majority of these players haven't even seen each other, yet there's still been so much nade damage converted.
Yeah, I mean, good usage, I guess you could say, basically, with 2 smokes left and a single Molotov as well, and one of them being, or at least one of each being on B. That's going to be perfect. There's no chance now. Locked out of the site for the next 15 seconds as well. Now there will be a bit of an execution smoke through flash. There will be one for Frozen, but Barber is still holding the line. The support is coming in, but it's a little bit slow. But Barber, that's enough. It's a triple for him, and the hat trick is all he needed to do in order to save the round. It's back to Button and knock, but the damage is quite severe. No chance. With Crystal having 30 HP, a single nade could change this. Luckily for him, that's not the case. But we do see Button from CT getting a free kill on Nukia, as Crystal planted the bomb, and... Oh, excuse me, as Nukia planted the bomb, but... Crystal, what can you really do? We do have, of course, the AK on him, and I think he heard at least one... Yeah, he certainly knows now, and it's going to be back to a push, and... Okay, Crystal gets the headshot, unfortunately not enough, and Batten saves the day. This is a good call, though, from X6TENCE to go together, to not allow Batten to go through solo CT. Usually, or too many times you see the case where the CT split up in a 1-on-2 scenario, they push through CT, a 1 through ruins, and then the T can isolate those duels, he can isolate those 1v1s, he wins the one, pushes into that position, then knows that obviously he will be having a safe passage either behind him, or, you know, however he wants to play that 1-on-1, leaving the CTs usually to lose or run out of time. And we do see right now it's going to be another chance here for no chance. We have AKs built up, and this could actually happen to come out to a victory, but they will take, or at least attempt, banana control. We do see for the moment, though, it's a bit of a slowdown from X6TENCE, and I actually like this. They realize, you know what, we've already got 6, let's not overdo ourselves, or more so, let's not put ourselves in a position where we start, you know, losing too much too early yet again.
Yeah, and definitely they've been wise to the setup of no chance in this round, because they know they're wanting to bring something different in this gun round to ensure that they don't mess up again. And they've gone for a much slower play through this sort of banana position and to T-ramp with that one player lurking. But X6TENCE Galaxy, they've replied in pretty much the perfect way. They've not shown any signs of aggression toward the T positions. They've not pushed. They're sitting back. They're waiting for their angles to favor them. That's it. Freddy Barber, Freddy Barber spots the info and holds down with mid-box beyond the site.
Ooh, okay, that's going to be a bit of a, well, clean opener for no chance, really. That's a weird turnaround, wasn't it? 2 players both on, or more so, 1 player on site, 1 player on CT. This is the... I dare mention that this is also a critical error that many teams, or at least many players as a whole, or teams, whatever you want to call it, do, because the thing is, if you play with 2 players on B and you have any inclination or any reason to believe your opponents are going to hit B, are going to execute B, you always want to pull the player that is in CT or close to CT to go to site. The reason why is because you already have one guy there. So if you leave that guy isolated, it's going to happen exactly, or it's going to go down exactly as it did this round. The guy on site will die because he's isolated, can't fight alone against 4 players, 5 players. And the guy in CT either gets sprayed through the smoke, or while he's running through ruins, he just gets immediately shut down yet again. And yeah, no chance. They will get this round rather cleanly, in a perfect position to make the comeback possible. The money's ran out for X6TENCE. I mean, they're going to have enough to rebuy this one, but we already see Barber without Kevlar. Actually, okay, he has Kevlar, thank God. And another shotgun. Nonetheless, this is it. This is a chance where no chance can actually bring themselves around and kind of tie the score with. Excuse me for the pun.
They take this round, like you said, it's gonna be down to literally nothing for the CT side and Redafaction. But he does best finding these early entries. Knock will look away at seemingly the wrong time, allows Redafaction to push, but Knock will luckily be able to dispatch of him, makes it back into a 4 versus 4. But at this point, no chance. They want to start grouping up to a default. They want to head down toward a site, and that is what they're looking to do. All 4 players will guarantee a push down to a banana. Klopski has the angle on the edge of the smoke, which he can use to his sort of advantage. Gets the second smoke down, though, but already a rush being made by no chance. Good aggression, Frozen through the smoke. Takes over the B bomb site with already 1 player re-rotated. Yeah, that's a beautiful push, because he knows that whilst there's only 1 player on the site, the rest are going to be rotating. 1 has to come through CT.
Yeah, and it is going to be, of course, another victory for No Chance. Frozen final loses that duel, as Button is prepared for it. I mean, he realizes, okay, he's probably close by, you know, if he's not already in library, he's certainly either Archers or pretty much in CT spawn, and they will save the op, which is an important thing to note yet again. Existence Galaxy, their money is already low. Losing this will break them and force them onto an eco, giving a proper, well, I guess you could say, snowball back to No Chance, where they can start to roll it in their own favor. And Inferno is a map where the T's can literally suffer multiple losses in a row due to their economy, because it demands a great deal of investment on that part into, of course, utility. You have to have those Molotovs and smokes to be able to immediately stop a rush up banana, or, you know, smoke them off, throw a few counter flashes. In either case, utility is key to victory. And Existence Galaxy, the eco, well, it is going to be an up-on-knock Button with obviously a few utilities left and bought a few extra. 3 Kevlars, this is still a chance here for Existence to win, but No Chance should have a bit of a better, I guess you could say, runaround.
Yeah, especially, like I say, with what they have in this round to work with on this CT side. Already they'll be drawing rotations out from this B bomb site, which Crystal will look to try and check. There is a player regressing. Oh, and Crystal, he might have just had the timing against him there. Plopsky's been able to relocate, but with only a USP, he has very little in this round to really cause a disturbance for this T side. The rest of this No Chance roster will make their way up through A long. Already Barbar, though, able to close out Rarefaction. That is a good frag to start this round off with, and whilst he has been spotted, nearly caught off, it will force this T side to consider their options yet again. A couple of players will divert through the apartments. Plopsky, that's the position he was looking for, but Crystal, especially with the USP, is always going to come out on top there. 2 players still in the brunt of this A bomb site. Crystal will try a fake. Oh, but Barton, beautiful aggression, great though.
And it's going to be Michaelella for the second, securing the site and securing the round for No Chance. Unfortunately, the AWP will not pay off, as Barbar with a single kill. I mean, he can be happy now to survive this AK and pull it into the next round. Certainly, Plopsky will require a bit of a drop to afford full utility. And again, it is important to note that Existence Galaxy utility is key. They will have to focus on that. And Button, perhaps, I'm not sure if he's going to have enough for an AWP. I think he should, but he's going to be like maybe a glass cannon at best, without helmet and very little utility, if any at all.
Yeah, it's going to be a very low situation, so they have to start stepping up on the CT side. I mean, No Chance right now, 1 round away from tying the scoreline, considering was it 6-2 before No Chance started to win rounds? Something like that?
Yeah, it was something like that. It was 2-2, and then it was 3-2 and 4-2, and then again up to 5, I think, and No Chance then getting a few more back, and yeah, it was something in that regard.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a good reply from No Chance, especially with Existence having that CT advantage, which I would give in Inferno. But I mean, Crystal, he's a very thorough in-game leader. He's a very research-based in-game leader, and it shows he can know how to set teams up. But Plopsky, that is something that these teams would not be expecting to be set here. Is an aggressive play down banana by the CTs. Plopsky will come away with a frag, not lose a lot of HP in the process. This does begin to rotate. No Chance over toward the A-bomb site. There is backup reinforcement coming in from Barbar to assist. But as long as they set up their utility well here on the T side, those couple of the smokes, the Molotov to force that pit player to move, they should be okay with taking this A-bomb site. And with plenty of time to do it, there is no worry about that sort of contingency.
Yeah, there's going to be Boston that's immediately caught in broken wall. Freddy B the second on site. That's the defense down. 2 players left in library long. They're going to be pushing back, not staying closer, almost not getting closer, as that would pretty much risk their lives. And I think it's an immediate save. Existence Galaxy realize the futility of their efforts, and they will try and keep the AWP again alive, as well as the AUG and the AK. Certainly the best case scenario. But as well as No Chance executed this take, I am a little bit shocked that actually Existence Galaxy had no more support on site, or more so had not a third player on site, because they pretty much knew this was coming. Immediately once mid was lost, they should have had the third player close to long or site itself. And we could see that he was trying to get there, but he was about 2 to 3 seconds late minimum in order to try and save his teammates. Also, I'm surprised Button actually peeked that wide into the pit. I know he probably heard 1 or 2 jump down, but he went for the wide peek for some reason, instead of perhaps wiggle peeking a little bit, forcing a reaction and then peeking back out. So he certainly still had hope while his teammate was alive on site. And again, a bit of a solo engagement, not trying to work off of those cross fires and those angles, I guess.
Yeah, and that's always the way you want to be setting up your CT side, right? To have those trust scenarios where you can know, okay, my teammate has this angle secured, I can watch this angle, as soon as we push, we get those kills. But it seems like Existence Galaxy, they've been shook a little bit by No Chance. Their site holds haven't been as prevalent as we've seen throughout their past couple of matches, and it sort of shows in this early scoreline, especially with No Chance on that T side being able to tie things up sort of late in the half, but not too late to still get a very good result in potentially a 9-6. But again, the one thing I do praise about Existence is their utility usage. Before they even spot players, they're able to get them below like subpar 50 points of health, which I think is great for these sort of latter round engagements.
It's perfect. I mean, not only the fact that they have perhaps not the best weapons at all times, but certainly kind of putting a bit of damage beforehand on the opponent is perfect. Batten with a double. Beforehand, we could see Freddy be trade for 1, and it is going to be a 3-on-1 by Existence Galaxy. A quick victory back in their hands, and 76 the result that they can certainly get by. And if they can pick up the 8th, which is a likely scenario, but it's, again, not going to be easy. This was perhaps a bit of a cruel mistake by No Chance, or more so a crude mistake, I meant to say, where they should have had a bit of a slower paced play. No reason to really go that fast across to mid. I mean, they tried to get in pretty much as lightning fast, and they paid the price. They didn't even use the fullest extent of their utility, but we see for the moment he's actually going to be Foxy holding the line from Sandbags. He still loses the duel. Frozen. Well, by damn, 30 HP left, and he's alive with an entry.
Yeah, that entry is going to offset Existence here, because now they have to go to that 2-on-2 site hold, which does draw, whether they like it or not, that second man towards B to support, whereas typically in a regular 5-man stack, you'd have 3 on A and 2 on that B bomb site. And it does leave B, so it leaves A significantly weaker. You always want to have that player on long, the one to sit in pit and the one on site. Barton, though, does catch at least one off. Takes a second with great damage, frozen down to 6 points of health. But look at the bomb. They've left the bomb in no man's land. It has to be collected, but I'm liking that. Whilst the bomb does need to be picked up, Nucky is going aggressive. It doesn't matter though, because Not will shut him down. Freddy B finds 1 as well. Crystal at least trade for 1, but not good enough for any more. 8-6 Existence. They win the first half with those minimum rounds required.
Yeah, it's pretty much perfect for them in this moment. First of all, you know, they show that they are not afraid of No Chance. They show that they're still gonna go play, or they're still playing the way they always play. They will mix up aggression, they will mix up defense, and I mean, Nock especially, they've been relying on him as an offer continuously. He's been deadly with it. He truly has played magnificently, even the past best of 3s. I'm very happy to see him perform yet again here on Inferno, as No Chance is no joke to be had, or also no small feat of an achievement if they actually win against them. And we do see Freddy B short. That's a bit of an unfortunate turn for Freddy B. He does survive with 3 HP, but he has, well, no potential for any sort of trade. He needs to get a backstab of some sorts to get a free kill. It is going to be another A strike. I'm not sure why Existence Galaxy is playing so defensive, or more so without defense on towards A itself. They know this is surely going to be A. Of course they do. Button holds the line, is able to find 1. Freddy B the second. That's what I'm talking about. Getting it. Oh, Freddy B! Perfect spray down. It's going to be the second. Enough for him, or more so 2 overall. Michaelele in Retrifaction. A 2v3 is doable, but it's only going to be a lot tougher. But I'm surprised actually Freddy B gets both of those 2 kills. He had 3 HP. He should have been dead on all accounts.
Yeah, he should have been dead after that first one if the trade comes in at the right time. But still, he is able to sway the advantage in Existence's favor. Plotsky will get spotted. Beautiful jiggle peek to seek out Retrifaction, and Makalele. He's had a first, and a second, but the timing of Nork's peak will be able to offset his spray. No chance to react. There we go, 9-6 to end the half. And I had a question in chat, who is the AWP for No Chance? It is Makalele, which I think is a role that does suit him in this roster. You could give it to Nuki to be that primary AWP, but he is such a solid rifler that whilst people may think Makalele is sort of a, to quote, lesser upper than he used to be, he is still the strongest AWP in this roster, hands down, because these other players, Frozen, Rarefaction, Nuki, they're so much better with these rifles.
I mean, you can rely on them as riflers because, you know, one doesn't mean they're unable to play with the knob, but when it comes down to these clutch rounds, to the retakes, to the well, I guess you could say aggressions and refrags, everybody's going to be a lot more confident with their AKs instead of, you know, wielding and not knowing exactly how to hit it. But in any case, we'll be right back after a short commercial break, gents. Or no, not yet. Oh yeah, okay. Now never mind. We're doing it about 30 seconds, so we still have a few more to talk about. But yeah, like I mentioned, yeah, of course, why not rely on Makalele? He's always been, you know, there as a secondary upper, if not a primary, and he's been able to hit those incredible shots. And the rest, I mean, they're just much more reliant with an AK in their hands. And No Chance, they're going to need that reliance. They're going to need to start waking up, because otherwise they're looking at a very grim resolve.
Loot.bet, made for live betting.
And back we are, of course. So, Kieran, we talked about how Existence Galaxy, if they're not going to get a good start, they're going to have a tough time. And basically the same for, I guess, for No Chance. I think this is where an opportunity holds for No Chance to actually bring it back around and truly show that they are not going to be losing that easily.
Yeah, I've got, like, definitely. I think, in my opinion, they're a much stronger CT-sided team, especially on a map like Inferno. I think it favors for the ideals that Crystal brings with they don't over-rotate, which I think is good, especially considering a lot of teams in this league do like to do that. So I think it is great that they have that locked down. But, I mean, if we take sort of the first half into hand, No Chance getting 6 rounds, especially considering Existence Galaxy was 6-2 up, is actually a very good result.
Yeah.
I think they would have preferred an 8-7 to make it as close. But I think, yeah, they'd be happy with a 9-6, especially if the pistol goes in their favor. Well, Frozen, that's a beautiful way to open it. Freddy B will get pinned down already. Good damage done to Baba. The head of Nuki. Oh, it's shown, but they still find the kills anyway. 2 come through, but Nuki are able to deny 1 in return. And now he takes great damage off of a second. Makalele is there to finish the job. The bomb needs to be collected. It's stuck down in that site pathway. And whilst still allow sort of a false sense of security, Nork has to check the angle. He'll peek out both and spot the info, but Makalele, he takes out with Radifaction's help. Closes the round 9-7. That was a very successful pistol from No Chance there.
Indeed it was. A good hold, and I think Makalele even got a kill through the smoke, if I'm not sure, or the smoke was dissipating, something like that. It looked like the smoke was still up, but yeah, it is going to be 7-9, and I'm surprised Nock walks straight into Ruins. I mean, he surely should have been more aware there's probably somebody there, or at least gonna be there. Not really prepared for the engagement, I guess, and well, it's going to cost the Existence the round. It is going to be 7-9, as we said, and No Chance. They're going to be going for banana control. This is pretty easy to pull off. There's no real firepower, but Barber still gets a free kill. Okay, that's the shotgun drop to the MP9, not the shotgun. Frozen double. That should be enough. Yeah,
that definitely should be. I mean, nice hold from him to make sure that banana isn't captured by Existence. And well, with that bomb being lost, already in the hands of these CTs, Faction, I'm pretty sure he spotted a first player in Barton. He'll get round the flanks. Freddy B, he's heard the first player. Spots out a second. As easy as you like. It is going to be 9-8. There's No Chance they'll get themselves 1 round closer to tying the score here with Existence Galaxy. And if they lose this first gun round here on the T side, that is the prime opportunity for No Chance to assert themselves an established early second half lead.
Oh, indeed. Indeed it is. I mean, it will be Existence Galaxy that's going to be suffering most for them if they can at least, you know, bring them down in this round. Because, first of all, you know, mentality is key here. And Existence Galaxy, I don't think they're as sturdy as No Chance are in this case. And that's, you know, that's going to come back to haunt them a little bit. Especially if they're going to be tied up and then No Chance take one or two more. That's going to start hurting them a little bit more, and it all affects their performance. We see them already. They're kind of stuck in this T pit, not even moving out mid with more than one player. Already feeling the presence of No Chance. We see Frozen being so aggressive alongside his teammate Crystal. Of course, his leader, IGL Crystal. In any case, it is going to be a bit of a mid-play by Existence. Perhaps even an attempt towards A itself. The bomb's still left in T-Pit. And this is something Existence have done in the past, haven't they? It was them actually dropping the bomb in T-Pit while executing a site in the last few last rounds they played. And it was Inferno as well, I believe.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And they lost the round because of it, didn't they?
Yeah, I remember. It was one of their most recent best of threes in this event.
It's like three players pushing A, the bomb in T-Pit, and there's one or two guys on A site. Like, guys, come on, what are you doing? It's like 20, 30 seconds left. Come on. Weird.
Similar scenario as well. There's very limited time left on this one, but luckily they've remembered that mighty bomb this time as they head down to our banana, and with No Chance setting themselves up. Again, these upgrade factors of the MP9s and the other white rifles. Frozen gets caught off guard, though. That's not good for him. Still, Makalele inside of the smoke. He would go for the peak. Does great damage onto Baba, but not able to find the frag. That is the B bomb site open for business. And I wouldn't be surprised if No Chance don't even attempt a retake here. Save the rifles into the next round and look to move from there. But it gives Existence Galaxy a vital round they needed to win their first gun round on that T side. It was crucial for them to grab it, and they do. And especially if they can keep all 5 alive, that is super successful. But it is interesting to note that No Chance's distribution of rounds on Inferno is heavily sort of CT favored, which I think most teams are. But for the sort of maps they've played on HLTV to have a overall dominant CT side shows that this may not be as simple as it looks for Existence Galaxy once they get onto that full buy. The AWP in the Makalele's hands. Oh my god, yeah, a couple of players lower that bomb would have killed off a couple.
Actually, Red Faction had a nade and he didn't throw it. I would like to know why, because that would have been a money nade. Even though it wouldn't do kills, I mean, it would only kill Barbar, it would still be like a pretty beautiful one. 10-8 though, as you said, yeah, No Chance. I mean, it is going to be tough for both sides, more so than anything for Existence Galaxy. It is a buy coming out from No Chance. They've got 3 M4s, the FAMAS, and the auto shotgun. Of course, saving 3 from the last round helps out, but let's not dilly on that any longer. It's going to be Plopsky that's flashed back, and he's going to have to retreat from Banana. No aggression from Existence. I kind of like this, actually, because they're aware that No Chance will have a buy, but they're not sure what exactly they're going to have, right? They don't know if they're going to have maybe pistols, is it going to be shotguns, close range, SMGs, and maybe even an AWP or a scout or something of the sort. So Existence wants to take every single precaution possible to not lose players early up, or more so early in. And again, go up against grenades. We could see that the grenade damage also affected them. I mean, they didn't feel it the same way No Chance did, but at least they know how much damage the grenades can do. So they already preemptively do not go up to top Banana immediately after taking it. And we do see a bit of a mid show. Existence Galaxy are forcing a reaction from No Chance, and above all else, they want to force them to use their utility as soon as possible. At the moment, it looks like it succeeded.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, especially if you can draw out all that CT utility to leave them with like literally nothing to hold the site with. But this time, Makalele, he will at least take a first kill, but I'm liking that the CTs have wrapped their way through this sort of library arch push and are heading toward the B site, because whilst Nokia is aware of it, he does not want to peek into 4 players. All he can do is transmit that info to the rest of his team, and Crystal will have to sit back and hide because Frozen, whilst he takes one, has been tagged. Crystal will fall, and the undivided attention of Frozen taken away. I think Not just had enough time to land the bomb plant there, and definitely he will do. But into a 2-on-2, Plopsky tagged below half HP. There is 2 flashbangs on the CT side, but no offensive utility to try any of these angles, no smoke. It could be pretty limited from No Chance on the retake. They have to go for these raw aim duels rather than taking the utility style approach to this retake.
Pretty much in best case scenario for the shotgun player is go through ruins as he is. And Michaelella, who's spotted, goodbye, Knock takes him out, and it's all eyes on action. No chance. Plopsky, he was already ready for that push. And 11-8, and this brings No Chance back down a notch and actually puts a little bit of fear in their bones, I would say. It is a small difference that is on the table right now, and it is going to be a tiny little bit bigger once X6TENCE win this eco, or more so anti-eco. A few nades being bought actually, I like this, No Chance, investing into a potential kill or two. But the scary part is the fact that No Chance and their money is not going to be overly positive even after having that next gun round come up. They will have, of course, enough for potential double up, even full utility. But if they lose that one, well, then there is where the real problem lies. They're going to have to focus on their control of the map, and above all else, again, control on focusing their, I guess you could say, gun rounds and their crossfires onto sites instead of having a player in CT, a second player on site, and then you're being isolated in these duels they're already losing.
Yeah, I think that is the way that No Chance have to set themselves up because, like you said, X6TENCE Galaxy, they're starting to pull away in the end game of map number 1, and that's not what No Chance want, especially with a CT side literally having their economy determined by, 1, how well they play, but 2, the success of your opposition. If the T's can constantly be breaking the buy rounds, especially on the CT side, it is so hard to take, and X6TENCE, well, they're keeping it in their favor thus far. Baba taking out Frozen. Plopsky with some aggro. Shutting down Makalele. Down into a 5-on-3 with pretty much nothing left for that No Chance team. Should be a 12th round. And fairly simply, they should not be losing any men here. Even if Freddy B does get spotted, he has a much better angle. Redifaction left 1 versus 5. X6TENCE Galaxy will make themselves a 12th round here. But vitally, keeping 5 players alive to stabilize that T-side economy.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It is crucial. I mean, they're going to be relying on that bank to be able to break away at No Chance, because if not only that they already have the lead, but with a bank established, they can afford to have a few rounds where perhaps things do not go exactly as planned, but as long as they do damage to their opponents, as long as they eventually break them back, that's the one thing they can rely on in the end to pull them into that victory, not only by skill, but also by economy management and having map control and having everything work in their favor. I guess in the end, that's the whole point of these of this game, basically. It's not only about the raw skill and the kills, it's also about how well you're able to chip away the entire map, the entire game at your opponent, forcing pretty much every element, every aspect of the mechanic of the game working against them instead of with them. And right now, No Chance, this is the buy I'm talking about. They're not going to have the AWP even. There's going to be 2 FAMASs and 3 M4s with limited utility. No defuse kit, and this is going to be a crucial moment for them. Losing this, it puts them onto 14-8 and pretty much secures a potential victory already for X6TENCE Galaxy.
That's the fear that No Chance should have at this point, because like you said, if they lose this, not only is it a 13th, definitely 14th is literally on the horizon, and that is such a better hold from No Chance now. Already able to make it into a 5-on-2, they've not lost a single man, nor even any significant damage, and that is what No Chance wants to have in these kinds of rounds, especially considering that within a site take, it is very easy to get lost in that short aggression, to be pushed by a flashbang and Molotov to force you from underneath the hut. There is many opportunities for a T side to really rid a CT from the A bomb site, but I'm glad they've held on just for the fact that this game is going to have way more rounds that will mean much more to both teams coming up, because No Chance, even though they have a lesser economy, the T's will now have to start rebuying into this. They'll have to be getting the buys again. And if they can't take many players out with them in this round, it's going to be a struggle for the T's to maintain a grip on this game. But for now, not. He takes out Makalele. Nokia will shut him down in return, but down into a 3-on-1. this should be where the round gets finished off. No Chance will find success once again. A 9th round and 1 away from double figures, but more so closing down the gap between them and their T-side opponents.
And the crucial success they need as well, right? This is the round where they establish themselves back as a dominant side and dominant performer. We do have a buy on both sides available. Existence Galaxy, you know, obviously 5 or 4 players surviving the last gives them a proper full buy. Nonetheless, or yet again, No Chance. Well, they do have only rifles, no AWP. That's certainly going to be affecting them in a certain way in which they cannot contend for mid, they cannot contend for banana, at least not as easily. Ooh, this is a bit of a commitment from No Chance that they put only 1 player on banana early on. That could have quickly ended up in Existence winning a round if they had decided by some, you know, by some magic that they want to rush B, because certainly that's a possibility. And you see that at least No Chance will contend for this. A few nades are being thrown down and a few utilities are being spared to try and contest against the map control being exerted by Existence Galaxy. Now, I would love to see Existence Galaxy pick up the bomb at least. That's something that I hate seeing so much when teams leave the bomb in T-base. Like, drop it to bottom banana, drop it below apps, whatever you want to do, just bring it closer to you or to a site you might eventually go for. You don't know, perhaps at the start, which site you'll end up at, but certainly it's a lot better to have it closer to one or the other rather than just somewhere tucked away.
Yeah, that's the thing, like, I understand why teams do it, because in default, they don't know, like you said, which site they're going to finish on. It's all variant off of maybe an entry or some vital info gathered. But please put it in a situation where you don't have to literally cross the entire half of the map to retrieve it again. Not only waste time, but offsets your execution. And right now, Nokia, as he trades Barbar, Freddy will do the same. Into a 4-on-3 advantage, still sat with No Chance. I'm liking the 2 players on the B bomb site. They are not aggressively posted. They are sat back, waiting. Quick surprise of Crystals on the boost, and he definitely is. That's a great utilization of that angle to shut out Plopsky. He keeps himself safe though. Frozen hasn't even shown himself yet, and he does to clean up the final kill. But that was great because Crystal keeping himself, that's all the attention on him. Frozen can stay safe. He had no idea he was there. Perfect play to not peek and overextend, because that's something they can use in a further round. Now they have no idea.
And also to mention, No Chance. They played it basically textbook-like when it comes to defense of B. Something Existence Galaxy had lacked, and they lost rounds because of it. There were at least 2 rounds where I remember they had a player on site where both guys got isolated, and the site was lost subsequently because of it. And No Chance, well, at least they have that in their mind, and I doubt it's I doubt it's something that they don't do often. I mean, because this is basic CS. Crystal, I'm pretty damn sure that he's going to demand some sort of a setup like that. It doesn't matter if he's in ruins, but as long as he's on site to support the defense, that's how you have to be set up. You know, CT is pretty much a dead end for the CTs themselves if they want to retake B and help the guy on site. In any case, back to the round at hand, Galaxy.
Yeah, it's funny, Makalele reacting to a ticket as it crossed through Mexico, which is great. But yeah, simple eco for No Chance. They should be keeping all 5 players alive with Makalele. And Manufacturing being at the round it. 12-11, No Chance are bringing this game to fruition, making these rounds so much closer. And they're only 1 away from tying it up now. Existence Galaxy, they will have a bye, but yet somewhat limited in a couple of aspects if they want an AWP, which I think they won't. They'll play safe, make sure they have every single player onto a rifle. But No Chance, they are knocking on the door here and making this game much, much closer.
This is starting to become a bit more interesting, a bit more heat. Do you see Banana Attempt again coming out from Existence? They'll have Barbar and Plopsky posted up. Or, no, actually, excuse me, Nock and Plopsky. But yeah, so far, a pretty default setup from both teams. Nock, though, he's going to take down Crystal. That's an early peek. Okay, Nock, it's going to be the second as well. Existence Galaxy awarded 2 easy entries almost by Nock, and therefore the site falls, and that's the round gone, and No Chance. Just like that, another round going to Existence Galaxy. I'm a bit surprised Crystal actually exposes himself that open in pool when they had no AWP watching the angle, or at least, you know, both players spotting the same. That's That's a bit disappointing. Freddy B finds one more.
Yeah.
That should be the end.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, there should be no contest about this round as Plotski shuts out No Cure as well. It is going to be... He's trying to hunt down these five other players. Whilst they do, Makalele.
wait, what?
Oh, Makalele.
Wait, what?
Okay. He has a defuse.
Wait,
kit,
what?
no rush from
Oh my
AD.
god!
Oh my
What?
god, he's got the
Oh!
goalie. Oh my god,
What?
Makalele.
What is going on? No chance. How? What? What has just happened, Existence Galaxy? What the bloody hell did you just do? Okay, I want to see a replay, please, for the love. Oh, what the bloody hell, Existence Galaxy?
Wow.
What was that? I saw a knife coming out from the T side. I saw somebody with a knife trying to knife Makalele, and then the player that was still in pool headshotted his own teammate, and I thought that was the end of it. But then Makalele came out, killed him, killed the second guy, and defused the bomb. Like, how does that happen? No chance. My God. 12-12, and that is pretty sick. I want to see a replay. Please show me a replay
think
of
we
that.
have one, no.
Oh man, somebody clip it. I don't know, but that was the weirdest and the best clutch I've seen in my life. Where the hell did the last player jump? Where the hell did the last player go though? He was already deep in CT. Like, where did he want to go, man? It was last man standing on site. What are you waiting for? Oh wow. Oh wow.
No wonder Existence Galaxy took a pause in that round.
Oh,
Jesus.
dude, I wouldn't just take a pause. If I was a smoker, I'd go for a cigarette, simply put. Because that's, I mean, we talked about how you would perhaps, just smack somebody around the head if he made a mistake. This is where I'd break the chair on somebody. No, obviously not, paraphrasing here, but that's pretty sick. Holy shit. Oh my God. Okay, we have a clip by chat. Guys, don't worry. I'm going to post it in chat right now. Here we go. Everybody can see it. Here's the clip. Holy shit.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
Either way,
it is.
It's back live. We've after that, the players they've calmed their heart rates. Existence Galaxy have took their heads out of their hands, and we're trying to reclaim the round they should have so rightly won in that previous, and no chance. They should be fired up after that. They should be raring to go in this one. And well, if Existence Galaxy lose, it is near enough where this progression of rounds might come to an end. Barton will luckily trade one in return. Faction has to keep himself safe though, because right now there is an opportunity to trade back into a 3-on-3. Faction, I'm liking the position he's taken though. Oh, he spots a first player, but not before Barton is able to conceal himself with the smoke. Luckily, a nice reaction play to shut out North. Positions once again. Makalele nearly caught off as well. Faction looking to deal, finally trades back. They know where Barton is now though. 3-on-1, and he shouldn't have any chance of survival. But look at that money in the rest of the play. Oh my God, luckily Crystal was there. Makalele, I'm pretty sure that was an organized bait and switch, but dude, that could have still got very, very dangerous.
That could have gone dirty immediately. I mean, that's one bullet away probably from a free kill to, or more so from 2 kills into a 1-on-1 potential return by Existence Galaxy. That's very dangerous, but no chance are able to pull it off, of course. So no need to be too distressed about it. In any case, it is going to be Nico by Existence Galaxy. Good nade, Makalele, shutting down 2 players almost completely, and no chance. I'm shocked at how they're able to pull it off, how they're able to win that. But they are able to win it, and they're able to put themselves ahead, and this is probably the luckiest break I've seen. And
yeah,
like, this is just like, how in the world does that happen so cleanly? And I mean, just, in basically at a touch of a button, the odds change completely, and it's back in the hands of no chance.
Yeah, at this point, they've sort of been gifted a free passage to victory in this map, because that error, not only will it mess with them mentally, but it also offset their run of rounds. They had to go into that buy round, they lost the buy, and now it's a sort of semi-double eco on the cards, and well, no chance. This is a prime opportunity for them to push to 15 in this, especially CT side, which is statistically favored for no chance. But there is going to be an execution out here on the T side. Players will get themselves into deep CT. Frozen will burn Plotski alive. Crystal wreaking havoc though as Barbar will get spotted as well. Crystal with a 4K in that round is nice, simple hold. 14-12. No chance now asserting themselves just one round away from match point.
Wait, what? Yeah, I was equally confused right now. Wait a second.
I was like, what?
What's going on? No ads, thankfully. But yeah, it is going to be 12-14, and as you said, Existence Galaxy, this is it. This is do or die time. There's always a point in a game, or always a point in a map where you have to make a decision, or more so you have to make a play, or you will lose it. And we see Barbar opening it up, luckily enough, for Existence Galaxy. Michaelele is a little bit too eager to get an entry, too eager to get a free kill, if you will, and gets shot immediately by the counter-op. Currently, Red Faction holding alone on long. This is very dangerous to do, excuse me, on short. Very dangerous because he could be isolated yet again, fighting in the one-on-one. He spots him, that's it, he gets killed. And that's the problem of that position. You don't want to play like that. Crystal gets caught as well. Nukia will be caught. And Existence Galaxy, it's as if nothing has happened. It's as if we're back at it again. It's going to be a clean round for the moment. And a save by Frozen. I mean, no chance. As quickly as they got it back in their hands, they're starting to lose it back again.
Yeah, it's not good, and Barbar should catch out Frozen. He will. That's all players dead and around back in the favor of these Ts. I mean, the CTs will still have the economy, don't get me wrong, and if they do win this next round, it's going to be breaking for Existence, but yeah, like you said, they've got back into the motion, they're back on the grind, they're now only a round away from tying things up, and we could be seeing all games, or all rounds of regulation play here, especially with the possibility of overtime, which I think is going to really be a burden for no chance, considering if they'd have kept that round in their favor and fought for that one and won it, this game would have been pretty much over in this next round. But as of right now, it is 14-13. We do see it most likely a tactical pause coming up here in this one. But this is crucial for no chance to win right now, or else they're subject to a tie. They'll be on an eco. Existence will get 15, and then it is very, very uncertain for the CT side.
It goes either way. If it goes to 14, I think it goes either way if it goes to 14, excuse me. Although the money, yeah, the money is going to be a problem there for no chance. That's true. They aren't really established that well economy-wise, at least not for what I could see. And I mean, it's kind of like the tip of a sword, really. When you put an egg on it, it's going to go either way. I mean, there's a chance it goes left or right, and you never know which way exactly it's going to go. And it can't exactly break down the middle as well, unless that's going to be then overtime. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. For the moment, it is going to be round continuing forward. Here we go. It is, well, a pretty decent by both teams, really. Red Faction, the only man with an SMG, but the rest are well equipped and well prepared. New Kit mulling down middle, trying to break away, or more so trying to stop Existence Galaxy from getting an early spot down up mid. And as it looks like for the faction, very quick reaction to hearing players in the house. So that smoke, in my mind, a little bit too soon, or a little bit too quick to be deployed. You have to be careful with the utility as the CT. Obviously on A side it's a little bit less tight around the schedule or around the waist, but on B you have to use the smoke at the most opportune of times. Usually after the minute mark, or just at the minute mark, you want to throw the first one and then, you know, kind of build it off again with a Molotov and a second smoke. But as you can see, Existence Galaxy not taking anything on the map. We'll push up top banana, so they're gonna get that at least, but doesn't seem like they're yet to execute a okay, never mind. They're gearing up the smokes. It is going to be an B execute.
Yeah, and it is. I mean, right now, Frozen and Crystal, you can see automatically they're going back into that similar setup of getting themselves hidden behind Secret, playing behind the pillar. Crystal, I'm liking the angle. I'm pretty sure he's right in front of blue boxes, and he is. But they will assert themselves back into that angle of playing behind new box, and this is a beautiful shutdown right now. Barbar at least will close that one, but Frozen a reply again. Barbar 3 points of health, still surviving. A flank on the way from Radifaction. He's going to sit Mexico. He's going to play smart. He hears the footsteps. He knows of the retreat. And as soon as he lets them both cross, it is certain death here as they all nearly walk on his head there. But luckily, No Chance will come out on top, 15-13, and they might have broke them at the opportune time because they tie up match point. But it is going to be a reset, a potential low buy in the hands of Existence Galaxy.
Yeah, see, that's what we feared most, right? The money lacking. Luckily, that's not exactly the case. Barb are keeping the op, so they're going to have that for themselves, and obviously the rest full buys as well. AKs, utilities, whatever they want, you name it, they have it. No Chance on the other side, pretty much in the same position. 3 AKs, it's perfect. An AUG to support it, and M4 on Crystal. I mean, he's the IGL. He doesn't even need to get a kill. The rest have to work for him. And we can see right now, this could be another default by Existence Galaxy. Taking banana control, but Barber already eating a few nades, down to 47. A knock as well at 74. Certainly not a good start. Okay, knocked 29, fair enough. Immediately corrected. I guess Existence Galaxy are having a bit of a rough start for the last potential round of this first map, as No Chance are pretty much 5 kills away, or maybe we can say even 4 kills away, since Nock and Barber together don't have even 100 HP, but nonetheless, pretty close to victory. No Chance. And Existence Galaxy themselves not very far from a potential overtime. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, on paper they are really close, but it's all reliant upon this round. And like you said, 2 players near enough biting the dust already. I mean, with No Chance having so much utility, setting up to just waste the time of Existence Galaxy in this round. They're still using smokes. They have another one or is now just being thrown by Nokia. So again, it's a piece of utility that will just keep Existence Galaxy pinned in for now. And while they set up toward the A site, as soon as that first piece of utility is thrown, yeah, Makalele, he's on the wraparound. He knows all the valid info. Ratifaction maybe will go a little bit over aggressive, but I don't think he'll outstay his welcome in the side of this smoke. I think he will, but he catches off. Freddie B tries it for a second, but Plopsky is there to trade. Look, you have to be careful. He takes out one. The health of Makalele as well. And surely it's over now. It definitely is. Barton dead to rights. 16-13. And No Chance, they will take the map that could decide this best of 3 because, well, going into Dust 2, we know that Existence Galaxy do not have a stable map win percentage, but all in all, a very competitive first map here.
Definitely, and I'm surprised Existence Galaxy is able to pull up such a beautiful performance, even though having a few screw-ups, especially that Michaelella smoke criminal stuff, already the post on Reddit, if we can say so. Yeah, it's going to be a good game nonetheless. Obviously, No Chance taking it into Dust 2 next is going to be quite a problem for Existence Galaxy. Above all else, the fact that, well, No Chance picks the map, and as well as kind of being their best map, really. Only, I think, Overpass surpassing it. So, you know, kind of drawing well on 2 maps there. But in either case, this is going to be our short break coming through, and we're going to be going on to Dust 2, ladies and gents, coming soon. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Overseer and Kieran the Caster if you haven't yet. But we shall return for map 2 in about 5 to 10 minutes.
Loot.bet, made for live betting.
These roads intersect, on each one I reflect. These lines write my story. These places change me, each one replacing. Like night into morning, I miss the open air, the going anywhere.
get home, but I know that home's where the heart is. Guess I'm better off this way, moving to better days. But I know that home's where the heart is.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. As the leaves start falling down and the shadows above the town, I can finally see you now. I see the fear inside your eyes, I see the pain in your smile. I can finally see you now. Oh, we're radiate all over the world. We used to radiate, but now we're drowning. As the leaves start falling down and the shadows above the town, we used to radiate, but now we're drowning.
Loot.bet. Made for live betting.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our second map of the second best of 3 of the night. It is going to be No Chance versus X6TENCE Galaxy, continuing on Dust 2, the map pick of No Chance. And what a way to finish our first map, that wasn't it, Kieran? I mean, that was just one of the weirdest plays I've seen in a very long time by Michaelella to clutch it out.
Yeah, that was definitely not how we expected to finish the best of 3, I can say that for sure. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. I think we are looking to get live here in map number 2. But interesting to note that this is, of course, the map pick of No Chance. And after winning the first one, taking it away from X6TENCE Galaxy, we know that their win percentage on Dust 2 is not that great. So right now it is going to be very interesting to see what happens, especially considering we had a result on Dust 2 earlier with Windigo, and it was heavily favoured for the underdog. But with No Chance having many recorded matches on Dust 2, I'm pretty sure that will not come to fruition this time. But who knows?
Who knows is, I guess, the right way to look at it, because if we take a look at the percentage, the statistics of Dust 2, I mean, everything pretty much screams No Chance winning this, right? I mean, at 75% win ratio versus 24 out of 17 maps for X6TENCE and against 12 maps of No Chance, I think the clear scream here is, yeah, No Chance, this should be your victory. But I would not take it away or take it out of the hands of X6TENCE Galaxy yet. They've played very well on Inferno, you know, if we just look away at the few indiscrepancies. But they have done a great job at being able to show us, or more so to showing us, a pretty darn good game overall. A pretty interesting game overall. And we do see it's going to be the pistol round starting up. X6TENCE Galaxy on their T side of Dust 2. And it's going to be Michaelella holding from pit. But Plopsky, nice refrag. A one-on-one trade gives X6TENCE Galaxy, or more so No Chance in this case, at least a fair chance of taking this site and this round.
Yeah, Nuki's even going to assert some aggressive plays towards A-Long right now. He's doing so much damage, not yet able to transfer it into a frag, but there we go. Wow. Oh, Nukia takes out 3. North is down into a 1-on-3, and that is not a good start for a pistol round here for X6TENCE, especially on that T side. No Chance will happily take that. There is a flank that might get snuffed out coming in from Frozen, but in a 1-on-3 with 41 points of health, he is seemingly stranded and left to rot in this kind of round. No Chance, all sort of 100% take their first pistol here.
Indeed, and I mean, unless he does a 3k or more so 4k overall, I'm not believing that he can win this clutch, unfortunately, and my suspicions have just been confirmed. No Chance, the pistol is theirs, even though it might have been a lot closer than initially intended. Nuke, though, coming out in a clutch position, pretty much pushing out against 4 players and getting 3 kills is like, wow, okay, how the hell do those Glocks not hit you? In any case, it is going to be an eco for X6TENCE. I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to see them, you know, play with only pistols, not forcing up everything, and have nothing to work around with on the gun round. That should be where they will excel best at. But nonetheless, it is Michaelella with a scout, and obviously we have a few MP9s and M4s for Mas. This round going in way for No Chance.
It definitely should be. I mean, already they know they can't really trust in these pistols. I mean, Michaelella just delete Barbar at the top of mid there, and that should set the pace for this round already. 2 players dead. Beautiful flashbang. At least Freddy B will find one in return, but if there was any weapon you want to lose in this kind of round, it would be that MP9 on the scout. So, nothing to really worry about for No Chance in this one, especially with it being their second round. I'm hoping that Frozen, now he's died, will either take a weapon from maybe Crystal or Redefaction if they upgrade, which I hope they will, or just buys himself a FAMAS rather than going for another MP9. I think in a gun round, it's always vital to ensure you can upgrade to your fullest potential. But at this point, it's just a way for them to farm money. Crystal will take out Knock. Freddy B left at 1 versus 4, 3 points of health, and a second round for no chance.
Yeah, and a pretty clean overall. I mean, losing only 1 man is acceptable in terms of economy. They will have established quite a nice amount by the next round finishing or by the next round starting. And we do see the full buy coming through for Existence. Knock goes for the glass cannon. He had barely enough to buy the AWP, that's it. Perhaps somebody drops him a pistol. I would love to see him pick up at least a P250, you know. But, very nice tap away, or more so click away. Obviously to be taken out, but Knock, well, he returns it. And he says, my friends, that's why you save up for an AWP. It is going to be Plopsky at 62, but Crystal is gone. And that's pretty much what Existence needed. Putting themselves a man ahead, as well as putting a bit of fear in the heads or in the bones of no chance. Because right now, it is a bit of a slow-paced round from Existence Galaxy. They have control of upper and lower B. They will have they have control of mid even, and things are looking a bit grimmer. No chance. Nice.
Yeah, they are at this point. Yeah, good nade. I mean, Crystal. It was interesting to note that he received the AUG drop from Frozen. Kept the MP9 for himself. I mean, losing that weapon in this round is not a big sort of worry, but keeping the man alive is definitely better than going for an A-long rush with, especially the chance of an AWP. I think Knock in other maps has bought that glass cannon AWP.
Yeah.
So it's not rare that he's going to try and do that again, but this time, Redefaction, he has backed away from that close angle he was sitting toward long. He could get caught up, but spots Barbar, able to land the tag, and still Lopsky's pretty low, so he's an easy shutdown, but they've managed to gain so much long control. There is a flash in return. Helps out Makalele with the angles, but Barton, he will get finished off, and Makalele looks for a reply. He will swing out and try and go for the pistol peek instead, but does get shut down again. This is not good for no chance in this third round, the gun round that was heavily reliant upon them winning. Frozen would just go for the save at this point, I think. Doesn't want to be losing that AUG going into the next round, and, well, that is what they will do. First round for Existence Galaxy, though, and better to win that one than lose, especially on a T side where Dust2 isn't sort of favoured in your direction. And with the map sort of win percentage that they have, they'll take every round as it comes, really.
Pretty much, yeah, exactly. And we do see at the moment, Frozen and Nukia keeping those two weapons alive is crucial, because it allows them to potentially buy the next. And, I mean, yeah, they will buy. Almost certainly they should buy. I mean, they will have the money for it. Why not? But again, as you said, this map, I mean, it's a hard map for Existence, and any round they get on the T side is going to be vital, it's going to be crucial, it's pretty much going to be saving their butts moving forward. There is a good chance they can break no chance here, and, well, there is a chance to break them, not just a good one. That's it. An opportunity has arisen for them to take the lead. Winning this would force no chance or NC into an eco and pretty much give Existence Galaxy the perfect start to a second map that they desperately need to have. We already saw with Inferno how good of a beginning they had, how good of a lead they were able to keep up. 9-6, or excuse me, no, it was 9-6, was it? Yeah, it was 9-6.
Yeah, the half, yeah.
Yeah, the half. So, you know, on Inferno, that's an acceptable result going into the CT side, and arguably it's, well, a pretty decent one overall, and they already lost there. It might be just because they made a few crucial errors in rounds where Makalele again clutched, but nonetheless, they were pretty close to winning because of it. And I argue that here it should be the same scenario. They cannot allow themselves to drop in the first half by more than 1 or 2 rounds.
Yeah, that should be the goal at this point. I mean, no chance. They will be heading into a round, like you said, of uncertainty, and Redefaction, he will be clean picked off by Freddy B. Already down into a 4-on-3 as Nuki will land a trade, but Barbar to finish. Like you said, there should be a round that no chance, even though they look to win, will not get the opportunity to do so. Barbar is being forced back, and Crystal will finally finish him off. A good tag onto a second player as well, Plopsky. This might start to turn into the favour of no chance to get at least one more. the AWP player is left alone. That's a beautiful retake from No Chance. They have the defuse kit. Frozen completes the round. And a very nice one to win, especially considering the reply.
What happened there? Why such aggression into CT? Why, you know, why attempt such plays when there's no need, right? I mean, it was a 3v4 retake going into a 2v4, I think, and No Chance literally just blasted through Existence, so that's a bit of a shame. Existence had a perfect opportunity to break there, or more so to break them, and unfortunately it's not taken. It's not even close to being taken. It's pretty much back on track for No Chance. Winning this would put Existence onto another eco and give No Chance that great start that they also want to obviously have, as any other team would. And Freddy B, well, this time goes through the Molotov, gets himself a free kill. Lukin not even prepared for that kind of take. So Existence, if nothing else, they get a free entry.
Yeah, good aggression shown. Crystal, 3 players stacked into CT now. Makalele saves Radifaction's ass there, but I like the boost. I really like the boost, especially with the crossfire. Frozen just takes out 2 anyway. He wants to open up the B-bomb site, but Knock, a beautiful spray down. Radifaction left in a 1, Makalele left in a 1-on-2. Barbar and Knock, as they hold down this B-bomb site. It might just be a Makalele save here, and well, they didn't, or they weren't able to reply in the previous round, but well, they've done it in this one. If they lose this here, No Chance, they are broken down to an eco, and that's a way for No Chance, for Existence Galaxy to get themselves back into the runnings here early stage, because they don't want No Chance, like they did to them on Inferno, running away with the game in the first half.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the thing is, No Chance, it should have been around going their way, especially with how they set up in CT. But I'm not sure why they jump through the smoke so eagerly. Why they go in without even thinking twice. Perhaps there could be another player mid. You know, perhaps somebody is waiting somewhere. Instead of, you know, perhaps taking a few seconds more, maybe flashing across the smoke, then going across with 2 players at the same time, retaking mid by that position. They literally get splashed away, and Existence Galaxy, well, they buy themselves the round they lost previous, the one they were supposed to win, where the retake was very successful for No Chance, to say that at the very least. But Makalele, the op has been saved, and see if he can make anything, or make anything work with it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the only rifle in this round is that AWP. I do like the aggression shown from Nuki though, because Barton is visible, depending what resolution you use, on the edge of this smoke, and that's a beautiful shot. I'm pretty sure he spotted the leg, but I can't be sure. It does depend entirely on the resolution, but Nukia able to deal off of 2. Radifaction even replies with 1 of his own. And Barbar, he is stuck in lower tunnels. No Chance may just reply with probably one of the most random rounds we've seen on a Dust 2 in a while, especially considering they pretty much had pistols and now have an entire... Yeah, exactly. They have an entire armory now in their favor.
I am still confused from the first map, but fair enough. This is this is a pretty convincing performance from No Chance. I mean, you we have to ask ourselves, what the hell is going on if they lose gun rounds, right? If they win like this, basically. Having 3 players without Kevlars, having just the op saved up from the last, and actually, excuse me, having 2 players without Kevlars and having 2 players with Kevlars and a few pistols, and that is it. Basically an eco. Just a weird playthrough, as Existence are going to be onto an eco themselves. They will have a force buy, actually, not an eco, excuse me. It will properly invest Barbar. Yeah, he's there, certainly spots him, but he can't take the shot. It would be too hard to hit. High chance he probably hits the ceiling of the door frame anyway.
Especially with how quick you move with a scout as well, it does make for a very inaccurate shot. But scouts can be a nuisance. We've seen how annoying they can get. And Freddy B, wow, take out Frozen here on the B bomb site. Whilst it's only a kill, I'm glad they didn't aggress off of the back of it and try and take over the B bomb site, because there is instant support with the reply, but it shows that Existence Galaxy, they're staying calm, they're working through this round sort of very methodically, and they will hit toward the A bomb site. But I do like the angle that Redifaction is taking. He has a good look down toward the door, and well, That's a good reply to make. He takes out Barbar down into a 4-on-4 again. Good damage done onto Freddy B, but he will take out a second kill. The Deagle is proving to be very accurate here, and Radifaction, he could be in danger of being forced out of a long territory right now. He will go for a push, an aggro peek, but he could be in with the chance of being caught off here. And I mean, I'm pretty sure he knew there was a smoke there, but with a chance of being caught off and losing an AWP.
Yeah, that's true. Freddy B will do a little bit of damage, but Crystal in the end still winning the duel. Spot stop mid as well, gets the second. That was actually a vital kill, because if Plopsky goes undetected, there's a high chance the flank could actually work. Instead, it's the other way around. Button, no. Oh, Button! Oh, man, that is what you want to see out of a man like that. The Deagle just making magic. It's going to be perhaps one more. No, he misses a few shots. It's down to Radifaction. A one-on-one clutch round. He's just holding the bomb. No time and no chance. Button. Oh my god, that was beautiful to see Existence Galaxy take it out of the hands of No Chance and pull them back into a force buy, really. Should be an eco, though. They have much money to be held, and it would be safer to play an eco for No Chance and buy the next hold. Though, nope, it's going to be a force buy. Okay. Weird choice, but fair enough. It is going to be a force buy and No Chance. There we go. The tie should be coming in, unless they are able to bring another victory on top of Pistols.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not out of the hands of No Chance. We've seen them do it once already. I do like this sort of aggression that Radifaction is bringing through, and Barbar, whilst he does realise it's going to be dangerous for Freddy B to stay around there and really try and challenge as he's tagged as well. But right now, this is going to be Existence Galaxy's time, like you said, to bring the tie up, to make sure they have the chance to assert their lead. And if they were to win this round, that is definitely what will happen, because there would be an eco on the CT side. But again, Existence haven't really shown much of a push or a pressure toward the B bomb site. I'm pretty sure they've been once, and it was the round when Frozen got the double spray with the AUG that lost, ended up No Chance losing the round here. But ooh.
This could be a bit juicy. Makilla left it in the line, but misses his first shot, and there goes his opportunity. And Goose is the one and only who kept burning. Plopsky and Barbar will clear house. Faction, Crystal and Frozen need to save what they have. Crystal gets caught with the M4, and that's it. That's gonna be pretty much round done, as No Chance lose another round with a force, and that will put them back into a cycle of eco again. And like I said, I don't like that they forced this one up. They had an M45, a lot of money they wasted for nothing. It would have been much more prudent to just, keep, let's say, 2-3k in the bank and buy pistols and Kevlar for himself. Crystal, that is. But, it is as it is. It's a team decision, so I know why they bought it, but it doesn't pay off, and it never had a lot of chance to really pay off. In any case, 4-4, and Existence Galaxy, a good result. They're showing up on Dust as Frozen gets 2 kills. Okay,
that's big damage, but
that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, like you said, it's still a good tie for Existence to bring this back and not allow No Chance to run away early. It is going to be again a eco round from No Chance. Like you said, I would have much preferred the eco in the previous round and been able to buy into the next. I think we've spoke about how we don't like these kinds of buys, but either way, they should be back on track for the next. Frozen has the single rifle here, but again, Existence seem to be much more confident in their A plays rather than B. They'll show a little bit of presence, have a little bit of a sign there is a player there, but ultimately it is going to be that A site take once again. Nuki being boosted though, will they expect this? Because the smoke does provide a nice little angle.
Yeah, there's a high chance we could be seeing a kill to Nukia. Although, yeah, Pop Flash comes through. Plopsky's ready. No chance he dies there. We see Plopsky and Barbar both cleaning the entryways onto side. Barbar even gets a half-flashed kill, so no challenge, no chance for No Chance. 5-4, Existence Galaxy gather themselves and pretty much wake the hell up from this weird dream they're having, really. I mean, how the first map ended in the favor of No Chance, pretty much nobody had a clue on Existence Galaxy, and they will figure it out once they look at the demos. And then, obviously, now it is looking a lot better. They're starting to bring themselves around, but yet again, they're far away from winning yet, and this map is far away from finishing. No Chance. Full buy comes up, though, and this is the real step in the way for victory for Existence if they want to pull it into Overpass.
Yeah, if they can start to deny these early gun rounds, especially No Chance off of the back of ecos, you know their economy is going to be shaky because they have gone for that reinvestment, and rightly so. I mean, even with a sort of quote-unquote full buy in the hands of the CT side, we still see a FAMAS and an MP9 on a couple of players, which can be quite limiting, especially when you have an Existence Galaxy team that look to be on a bit of a roll right now. Makalele has no idea of the presence inside of mid, and they already find themselves an early frag. Luckily, Renefaction, a beautiful reply for him, as he's able to aggressively close out 2 in the process. Frozen will stay safe, but again, Freddy B to deny the aggression of Nokia. A nice reply to the smokes by No Chance that will begin to funnel this T side away from the B bomb site and rotate through T-spawn. It's good that Renefaction will stay on the A bomb site, but with him being incredibly low, he has to play quite smart and quite sneaky to survive, and I'm pretty sure he might even be onto the CT position rather than... Yeah, he's playing CT instead, which I think is better, because you can call on a rotate if it is needed rather than going in solo, especially with that low HP and dying there. But I'm liking that No Chance, Existence are slowing this right down. They've not gone for an A take aggressively as soon as they rotate. They're making sure they check these right angles, make sure mid isn't being pushed, and now they can go down A long, which could be the perfect reply to do so. And with 45 seconds, there's plenty of time to make this round work.
Pretty much it is. The only thing that kind of concerns me the most is the fact there's an AUG on Frozen, and he's posted on B, so he's going to have a very quick move towards CT to see the cross available to him. Although there's one smoke, there's the second. Ooh, there's a bit of a gap in the left side of the smoke, though. Could give a bit of an entry to No Chance, but the Molotov is also pretty darn good. 15 seconds left, time is ticking away. A player on short, that's Crystal. And he's going to have to kill only one man to deny this plant. He gets the one man he needed to do. Freddy B in pit will hold the line. Oh, and so, oh no, team kill. Oh. Oh, Crystal gets team killed by Frozen, now leaving Freddy B in a one-on-one clutch round. This should be winnable by Freddy, but the pop flash is perfect. Yes, indeed, it is. Ho, 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 because Frozen takes you... Okay, I don't know what I was saying. My bad, that was cringeous. Hell, enough of that. It is going to be 5-5, No Chance. Frozen with a team kill and a half. He's done it.
Yeah, it's at least he made up for it. He replied anyway, but again, you can tell with a player like Frozen, any other player right there would have thrown the flash out towards A long, allowed Freddy B the sort of position to be blind, but try and cross to the bomb to defuse it rather than going for that kill. Frozen takes the peek, make sure the player's dead to secure the round. I think that's the right way to do it.
Yeah, it is truly.
So in this one, Makalele still on a scout, even though No Chance have won a round. Their economy is still not the greatest. The scout in the hands of Makalele. Crystal, I'm pretty sure he's used an MP9 more than he has a rifle in this second map.
I mean, it certainly felt like it, doesn't it? Or feels like it, excuse me. Crystal, he's having a few moments where he's completely unable to do anything. Then on the other side, he just dominates whoever comes to challenge him. But I guess it's not a bad choice since he is playing currently on towards B. But I'm not sure why he's not the one pushing forward. I mean, should be a lot simpler if he had an MP9 pushing. But Frozen actually. Ooh, Frozen knife? No, that was close. I mean, getting the first shot, headshot full, but sure, but that's a bit close. Anyway, with about 35 seconds remaining, Existence, they'll be hitting A, and they'll be going to commit fully. Barber gets one good refrag from Renefaction. Makalele holding on site. Good pop flash actually gives Existence a chance to go onto site itself, but Crystal and Makalele, Crystal with a scum. With a, I wanted to say a scout jump kill, but it was actually an MP9 kill. Forgive me. It's going to be 6-5 in Existence Galaxy. Well, I think they should have enough for buy, shouldn't they?
Yeah, they should have for the back of the round loss bonus, but it depends how much they want to bring into it. Because if they just go for like the standard pistol semi-buy, then with like utility, it could be a lesser buy. But yeah, they've gone for just an eco, so I assume they had around, I'm going to say like $2,500, but not enough to afford that full buy. So they should be happening in the next, and yeah, most player, yeah, they're sat around $2,000, so definitely a full buy coming into the next, but there should be a chance for No Chance to take a step, assert a lead on the CT side, try and create a little bit of a barrier between themselves and their opponents, who we have to note don't really have a good understanding on, or statistically, of a map like you do. Their win percentage is one of the worst in their map, but they still continue to allow it to go through a feed. So Crystal, how is he remaining alive for that long?
It's like he jumped into 3 players and there's nobody punishing him for it. So I guess in the end, Existence allow it. And well, just as you were saying, percentage-wise, No Chance take the lead, and we're about to find out, can they keep it?
That's the operative question. They need to, especially on a CT side. It's like with the fact that your money can get broken so easily. Existence, though, if they can go into this, I'd say even 9-6, replicate the scoreline of the first half, it would still stand as good of a chance to make that comeback. So right now it is all about maybe cutting your losses, trying to maximize your potential to just secure what is enough, and then get on your more comfortable side, because even a team without the statistically developed idea of Dust 2 can play a CT side, but for now, Nukid taking out Barbar through the smoke. Already creating a fight off of the Molotov, sorry, already creating a 5-on-4, and Nork is down to 12. Good damage done to Plotsky as well. Although, I feel like Nuki is maybe overstaying his welcome a little bit. Redafaction will support, but it's still a 5-on-4.
Yeah, it looks like this should still be doable, at least on paper. But 4 players out of mid. They might be going into a meat grinder. Michaelele holding from CT, another player coming out from window. Nuke already spraying. Nuke at 1, Nuke at 3, and that's going to be enough as Frozen finds one more to finish it all. Michaelele in the end even burns with the Molotovs, but it is going to be the triple from Nukia that makes the change, that makes the play, and that actually gives the victory in the hands of No Chance. Back to an eco, Existence Galaxy, pistols in Kevlar. It's going to be a pistol buy, a pistol, I guess you could say, yeah, pistol buy, I guess that's the proper way to call it. Nonetheless, this is not the end yet. There will be a few more, well, I guess chances here for Existence, as Freddy B will actually shut down Redafaction. That's the one of the chances they might actually take. Only one alive. Okay. Smoke. I guess that's fair, Nukia. That's fair.
Игроки команды No Chance. Навк двигается на центр. Открываться через двери под какую-то гранату тиммейта. Полетела флешка. Навк уже здесь. Рефлекшн. Принимает зигзаг. Барбар просто ушел. Не знаю.
А там на Б3 игрока защиты. И если сейчас Distance Galaxy примут решение пушить Б, тут тупо распетляют. Кристал есть минус. Дали открытие от Майкелеля, но они просто по всем фронтам их давят.
Да. По одному еще начинает погибать. То есть прикрытия никакого нет. И не успевают даже среагировать. Выпад там, выпад здесь. Очень тяжело Distance Galaxy приходится.
Как во Вьетнаме.
Да, чертовы битконговцы. Они повсюду. Ну и двигаются через нижнюю темку. Открываться будут сейчас на дверке. Радифекшн, Кристал. Понимать хоть кого-то здесь нужно. Бата настреливает двери, пытается убить Радифекшена, но есть тиммейты, есть друзья. 10-5.
Там еще Frozen нашивал, и на респе был Нюки. В общем, со всех сторон вот эту двойку разобрали в миде.
number one, are dedicated. Because if you're not, you constantly see roster changes, you constantly see players being swapped out, stand-ins, or this guy's not here because he's doing this. And that's good to see from No Chance, because I know that they're searching for an organization to pick them up. And I think the more they get these online results, the more people are going to buy into this team. And people are like, oh, Michael Elliott's washed up and stuff like that. It's like, no, he's still got life in him yet. And he's doing so by being in this great team.
Absolutely, I have to agree. And of course, we'll go into a short commercial break.
Loot.bet, made for live betting.
And welcome back, of course. And as we were just speaking, No Chance, a great team in